Maybe you've been there before where you go out with someone and after the date, you realize, man, I don't know if I'm good enough for them.
Oh, that's
geez.
sad, Jeffrey.
I don't know if I've ever felt that way.
Like maybe she's used to dining on frog legs au gratin, and you're used to senior frogs, gras and jaw tequila Tuesdays.
Now Alexis is
Yeah,
perked
wait.
up.
Yeah.
It's on a guy named Groton.
You
Yeah,
haven't
it's
known?
fine.
One of our listeners is definitely looking for all the help he can get to lock down another hangout with a very classy woman that he met online.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if we're the right group of people to
Oh.
help with this.
Excuse me, I'm very classy.
Okay.
This isn't the senior frogs, Brooke. But
Shut.
It's like one of us has a corn cob pipe and Brooke just has a corn cob.
yeah, well, we're going to try our best in your second date update.
Ooh,
Okay.
maybe put on an ascot for this one.
Regal.
Just do it normal style
Yeah.
right after this. One of the keys to successfully dating is just to actually give a crap and try.
Ew.
That's a big key,
I
Jeff.
feel like that's too much work.
Well,
for
see,
a lot of
effort.
The thing is, don't try too hard because
Oh,
that
yeah.
comes off desperate.
Oh, yeah, that's a turn off.
You can't try too little either, though, because then you seem like a jerk who just
Yeah.
doesn't care.
You just
Girls
try
like
just
jerks,
right
though.
amount.
Goldilocks it and try medium till it's just right.
Okay.
And one of our listeners, William, emailed the show saying he's worried he may have tried too hard on his date.
Oh, boy.
William, you didn't channel your inner Goldilocks for this?
I tried. I might have tried too hard. Though.
God, you didn't wake up in a strange house with 3 bears?
I mean, come on.
Failure.
If you're not
Problem
down in
number one.
porridge, you ain't doing it right, buddy.
Yeah. Well, we can't undo anything that happened, but why don't you tell us about it a little bit? What's the name of the woman that you went out with?
Her name is Stacy.
Okay. So where'd you meet her?
I met her online.
Mhm.
Okay.
And, at first I was actually pretty intimidated just by her profile pictures.
Oh, because she's like really attractive to you?
Well, that for sure. But also she seems to have kind of an extravagant, sophisticated, cultured life, more so than myself, I'll say.
Okay.
Hey.
What did she put in her pictures to like depict that?
Yeah.
There's like pictures of her on a sailboat with what looks to be her very well-dressed family, maybe in Greece somewhere.
Oh.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
And she was, at soccer games in Europe.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's a match,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point, bro.
Wouldn't expect you to be fancy enough to know that.
But that's amazing.
So yeah, it was really intimidating, which I actually told her that in the initial messaging. That,
Oh.
You did?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty honest, maybe to default, but
Okay. Well, she obviously liked it because she responded.
Alexis, if a guy writes to you, I'm intimidated by you,
I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
is that not a strong move?
No, not really.
Oh.
I mean, a football game in Europe doesn't cost that much. It's like, don't be that intimidated.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just
Alexis.
saying.
They
don't.
plane
expensive.
ticket to
They're
get there.
not. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just saying. I take it bad.
Okay.
Wow.
But the bottom line is she responded and
yeah, she responded all right. She said, haha, you should be.
Ah.
She liked
Good.
it.
That's a
Okay.
good
Yeah,
answer.
it's my
kinda
type
flirty.
of woman.
Yeah.
So what'd you do for a date?
I made dinner reservations.
Okay.
Nice little spot. I got dressed up, even borrowed a nice shirt from my roommate.
Oh.
Oh, the good
Oh.
shirt that everyone
Yeah.
shares.
Do dudes normally do that? Like share fancy clothes?
When
Well-
you have a roommate life, I used to have a blazer, and we had like a community blazer.
Yeah,
that
you
was like,
did.
Who needs
Yeah.
it tonight? Like
Yeah.
we all fit it. It was like a
That's so
large.
cute.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
It's like
If
the
there's-
little
it's
black dress for men.
Exactly.
For women.
All you gotta do
Okay.
is button
We
up.
do
and
it.
don't throw it on anybody.
Did that pay off for you?
I mean, I was feeling good, so that's helpful, I think. And she told me I looked
Okay.
nice, and
Boom.
she looked incredible.
All
Did
right.
you did you tell her that was scary too? How good she looked?
I reiterated how intimidated I was.
I'm imagining you like cowering at everything. Like,
Just wincing
Yeah.
every time she lifts
Yeah.
up
you're
her
so
fork
beautiful.
to eat.
Yeah. You're too beautiful.
We're playing it up for you, man. I'm sure you were fine.
I think so. I mean, she was really nice for the most part. I mean, I
For the
brought her.
most part.
I saw that she loves chocolate also on her profile, so I thought I'd bring her a gift, and I brought her almond roca.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay.
Ew.
Hopefully she's not
Sorry.
Ew.
Are we all going to act like that was the best option?
Almond
I
roll
mean,
is good.
it's kind of a grandparent's chocolate, but you know.
But good for you.
I always
Sorry.
see it at the store, and it looks nice. It has like gold foil. I thought it looked kind of fancy, but
Yeah.
she said it's not really chocolate, which
Yeah.
I didn't. I'd never had really eaten it myself.
It's kind of toffee.
It is a lot of toffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
true.
Harsh to say when someone's giving you a gift.
That's not actually chocolate.
Take us to the highlights of the date. What were the good moments?
Well, during dinner, I wanted to get to know, I was so curious, from her profile, and I kept asking her a lot of questions, and I might have kind of asked too many questions.
Is that possible?
Maybe if it starts to feel like somebody's giving you the third degree or interrogating you, which wasn't really my intention, but
I mean, if there's not like a real natural flow to it, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want the date to come off sounding like a job interview.
Yeah. So tell me your
Yeah.
Where do
Your
you see
weaknesses.
yourself 5 to 10 years
Yeah.
from now?
Can you think of one question that went too far?
I asked her if she's ever been engaged before.
Oh,
What?
what? I thought you were talking
Common
about.
first date
I was gonna say,
question.
hopefully it wasn't out of
Totally
nowhere.
normal.
Okay. And what was her response?
Well, because we talked a little bit about past relationships, and she was dating a guy in Spain for a long time, and that's how it came up because she said it was really serious.
Oh, man.
It's kind of intense.
I was not trying to pry though.
You're not trying to.
I'm sure it was
Okay.
fine.
I don't think it's that bad.
Let's go to the end of the day. What happened at the end?
Well, we had the almond roca for dessert, which was nice at the restaurant, and
Good.
You just opened up the package right there.
yeah, well, because they asked if we wanted any dessert, she said she wasn't that hungry, but I said, "Oh, I brought this for you," and that's when I
Presented.
presented her with
Okay.
the roca. Yeah,
And that's when
Okay.
she turned up her nose and said, "It's not really chocolate."
she did say that, but then we did actually enjoy it together, and I hope she thought it was funny that I tried, even though I failed at even bringing chocolate.
Oh,
Some pity
Okay.
roca.
yeah. All right.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it a B plus so far.
Are you?
That's my grade.
Maybe like a C. It doesn't
I don't
sound
know.
like
I'm
a-
grading it on a curve.
Have you heard
But-
from her?
Well, I haven't really heard from her, but it ended okay. Like we hugged, we said goodbye.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what Brooke does with her children, though. So you can't really judge by that.
And
But
also gives them almond roca.
And they complain about every food item I give them. So
the good news is there's a lot of room to improve from here. And we're going
Yeah.
to try and do that when we come back and do your second date update
Yes.
right after this. If you're just joining us, we're on the phone with William, who went out recently with a world traveler named Stacy.
Yeah.
Stacy has studied in the universities of Europe. She's dated the men of Spain and cheered for the football clubs of Lichtenberg, where instead of cheering hooray, there
Yeah.
they cheer in reverse.
oh, really?
Jose, can you say hooray backwards?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's classy because it's
Wow.
European.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, hopefully we'll all be saying
It's kinda
yaroo
fun.
at the end of the second date when we get Stacy and William to meet up again.
I like it.
But
Plus-
obviously, she is clearly a world traveler.
Yeah.
He was intimidated by that, which led me to the question, William, why would she want to go out with you in the first place?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yikes.
Jeffrey, that came off so harsh.
He
I
said
mean,
himself that she's so worldly, she's so traveled. What would be the appeal for her?
Well, I'm a nice guy, and I'm open to going on more traveling ventures. I've traveled a little bit myself. It's not
Oh,
like
you've traveled the world?
yeah, come on, Jeffrey. Not everybody can afford that, but I think what it would be appealing is he seems like a really curious guy, right? Like that's who someone who likes to travel
There's
wants to be
websites
with.
for curious men.
Yeah,
And I think that's a totally different
just-
issue, bro.
He's like
I think you sound totally fine, by
he's
the way, William.
honestly interested in her adventures.
Okay.
He asked a ton of questions.
Yeah. Have you traveled at all before? Are you not traveled? What's your travel experience?
No, yeah. I've been out of the country. I've gone to Cabo twice.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That's fun.
Very
I've driven to
sophisticated.
Scottsdale before.
Scottsdale.
Wow.
Ooh, not just Phoenix.
All party
Scottsdale.
places.
Oh, the
You're fun.
Paris of Arizona. Okay, but there's something to
That's
work with
fine.
here. It's not quite, the Vienna Opera House, but it's close. So,
Yeah.
Plus, the positive is she could show him all these places, Jeffrey.
right.
Sure.
We just have to convince her of
And
that.
he can show her the
Yeah.
golf course at Scottsdale.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
get her on the phone.
I'm excited to talk to this worldly lady. Let's get her on the phone right now. Here we go. You
Does she
ready?
speak English, Jeff? Have we asked this?
Yeah.
She does speak English, right?
Okay.
William?
Yeah, I think she speaks a couple languages, actually.
But
Okay.
English is
Oh,
one
wow.
of
English
them.
is one on your date.
Otherwise, this call's going to go really, really badly. All right. I'm going to
She's
try
like,
English
"Hola,"
on her,
we're
see
like,
how
"Oh,
it goes.
boy."
Here, I'm dialing the number right now.
Hello?
Bonjour. Is this Stacy?
We are looking
yeah.
for Stacy.
Hello?
Je m'appelle Brooke.
I'm so sorry for this.
Oulao?
Hey, at least I use
Allô?
French.
I won't try.
Hello.
Okay.
Sorry,
Hi,
hey,
sorry.
Stacy. I'm hoping this is a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
What can I help you?
Yeah.
We need a lot of help.
We really do.
But mostly we're looking for help for one of our listeners named William, because he's a guy who, rumor has it, you went on a date with recently.
What is this about? A date?
Yeah, it's a segment we do called Second Date Update, where our listeners go out with someone, and if they're not hearing back or if they feel like they're getting ghosted, they can email us and we'll try and reach out to that person for them.
It's a real North American continent type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for being weird about all the North America stuff. It's just we heard that you're very well traveled.
Yes, I am well traveled. Who is the guy, or which date was this? I've been on a couple recently.
It was William.
William.
Oh, yeah, William.
Oh, William. Yes.
Yes. You guys went and got dinner together the other night?
Yes. We went out to dinner.
Okay.
Did you enjoy it?
I don't know what you want from me here. It was a nice time.
Okay. Well,
Okay, I guess that's what we want is honesty.
yeah,
so-
we're trying to help out William a little bit because he doesn't understand why there hasn't been a second meetup.
He really liked you a lot and thought that maybe they saw some potential between you two.
I just honestly, he just wasn't cultured enough for me, and I don't know. He lacked manners.
Oh.
Lacked manners.
Well, hold on. Are we nitpicking? Did he not like have his fork in the right area of the plate?
No, he doesn't have good etiquette.
Okay.
Okay,
Can you example?
Yeah.
An example is he kind of yelled out when he had to go to the bathroom. You know, we're in this really nice restaurant.
Wait, what?
I gotta pee.
What did
Potty time.
he announced it to like the whole room, or what do you mean?
Yes, he got up and he says, "I'm going to the bathroom," and it was a big announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? That's bad etiquette?
Well, yeah, all
Brooke,
you can
you
do,
do
Brooke, is say, "Excuse me."
I think he was just trying to tell her where he was going so that you didn't think he was ditching you or something.
Well, he could have just said, "Excuse me" for a minute.
Exactly.
I'll be right
Pardon
back.
me.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
You have a lot higher standards than I do.
I
I'll
know.
tell you that.
I think that's a little bit picky, at least for us. Is that all that he did?
No, we're at a very nice steakhouse, and he waved down the waiter to get more bread.
And
Okay. Is that rude? What is that?
I love that bread.
I know. If the bread's good, you want more.
Well, it would just seemed a little low class to me. He
What?
could have waited till they came to refill, my
yeah.
wine or.
Oh, I
A
guess.
good server at a nice restaurant is going to check on you all the time, so you expect him to be around every 5 minutes.
I guess if I remember back to my private school, you
Oh,
are supposed to
God.
wait for the waiter to come to the table.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
Jeez.
shout across
That's-
the restaurant.
That's
Come
why they ask, "Hey, can I
on.
get anybody anything?"
Nobody
And that's-
lives by these rules anymore. They're like,
Well, that's okay at a
They're
Fuddruckers,
old.
Brooke, but it's not okay when you go to an actual respected place.
he
We're
took
gonna
her
check
to
your
a
keys.
beautiful steak dinner, right? He's the one that picked it. He's the one that took you there.
Yes, the restaurant was great. It's just, there's more stuff. He was just so loud, and I was whispering because there's other people around, and it was just really inappropriate for such a nice place.
I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This is William. We were at an Outback Steakhouse.
What?
Wait,
What?
wait.
It's not like it wasn't a Michelin star type of restaurant.
Oh, sorry.
wait a
Hold on, William. I need to let Stacy know that William has been waiting on the other line listening to this whole conversation. He's wanting to talk to you, obviously.
It was an Outback?
Yes, it was an Outback Steakhouse. It was the first time I've ever been. It was a very lovely Australian steakhouse.
Australia.
It was lovely.
Oh.
So hold on, this is kind of
Wait.
funny. You're so worldly that you've never been to an Outback, which is not worldly.
What do you mean?
It's not
Stacy, you think that an Outback Steakhouse is a very fine dining
I'm
establishment?
sorry.
Wait, it's a
It
big
wasn't-
compliment for any Outback people listening.
It's not that it was like the best steakhouse I've ever been, but it was just,
It's cute.
it felt authentic.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did you look around at the other guests?
You can wave down all the free bread you want there.
Yeah, totally.
I have traveled a lot, and not all restaurants are 5-star, Michelin restaurants, but
Sure.
they're beautiful and there's culture. So I thought that was just an authentic, thing.
You were giving it the respect it doesn't really deserve.
There's definitely culture at Outback, but it's not like high society culture.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Honestly, I'm just happy he didn't take me to a chain restaurant.
Chain restaurant.
Oh.
That would
Okay.
be bad.
That would've-
I wouldn't recommend Googling Outback
Yeah.
Steakhouse.
that would be awful.
But you should try Applebee's. It's this little quaint place.
Oh, yeah.
Great Long Island iced teas.
I like the neighborhood bar and grill.
Ooh, and maybe a TGI
Yeah.
Fridays. Uh-oh.
I don't want to give you too many ideas. but-
Honestly, I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
It's
You
all
know what?
good.
Don't worry about any of that. What you should be worried about is William, who had a great time with you the other night, restaurant and etiquette aside. And what he really wants is just to see you one more time and give it another chance.
Yeah, and you know what? If you do agree to go on a date with me on a second date, and I really do hope you do, I will take you to a really nice place, and I will show you that I have proper etiquette. I am a classy guy. I know how to behave depending on where I'm at. And
Okay.
Wow.
I want you to give me a chance to show that to you.
That
Wow.
was a gentleman
Hey.
response if I have ever heard one.
Okay.
Well crafted, very thoughtful, and all that's left now is Stacy, a yes or no if you want to go out with him one more time. We'll pay for it. And tell us if you're curtsying while you're doing it, please.
You know what? I don't do charity. I'm okay.
Oh.
What? You don't do charity? You also hate charity. You like good manners and dare.
You really are worldly, aren't you?
Yeah.
I do charity. I don't take charity is what I mean.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, Will, man, I am sorry, dude.
Yeah, he can't win them all. I guess I'll give it another crack out there.
Wave your hands around and ask for help again.
Exactly.
Places you probably shouldn't kiss.
Oh.
During your one-on-one disciplinary meeting with your child's teacher.
Well, I don't know if it gets a kid out of trouble.
I was thinking the same.
You know?
I'm
If
glad
it gets
you
their
said it.
grades up
Yeah.
a little bit. Or what about in the middle of your annual mammogram? Ma'am, chest here, mouth here, please.
You're already half naked, right?
That is really, I mean, just the position. Oh, mammogram. I'm thinking of the other doctor with
Yeah.
my feet in the
No,
stirrup.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Just
No,
Yeah.
that one you should be kissing
Yeah,
for
okay.
sure.
Okay, sound effect.
That one's for Brooke. But we heard about a first kiss from one of our listeners recently, and it sounded like one of the most awkward experiences ever. Not just because of where it happened, but how it started.
Ooh.
You're going to hear it in your brand new second date update next.
Jeff, kiss me. I was kidding.
In previous second date calls, we've heard of people visiting a cemetery for a date.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, remember the guy that wanted to introduce the girl to his grandparents?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so he took her to meet them, sort of.
Would have
Yeah,
been
they're-
sweet and like maybe a couple years into your relationship.
Yeah.
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 They went to the gravestone.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little intense for the first date.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
We've also heard about people stopping in on a funeral in the middle of their date because they forgot that they double booked it. And we're like, ooh, we can get back to the bar in just a second, but I have to make a stop just
Yeah.
real quick.
I at least have to be seen here.
You can get a free bouquet of flowers though for your date. So
Oh,
that's always
no,
nice.
don't steal the
That's
flowers.
Dark
Dead.
way.
They don't know, Jose.
But, I don't think we've ever heard about two people meeting at a funeral before.
Oh.
So this is definitely a Brooke and Jeffrey first. And one of our listeners, Julia, says it just happened to her. So, Julia, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, with my background, I just have to ask. You weren't related, right?
No, it wasn't a kissing cousin situation.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
glad to say that at least.
Okay.
Okay. Who is this guy that you met?
So I met Rick at a funeral.
Is it bad to ask that
And-
before we ask who died, or do we not ask who died? Is that weird?
Well, I don't know them.
I'm sure it'll get
How
weird
am I gonna?
naturally.
Sorry, was it someone in your family?
It was not someone in my family. It was a good friend of mine. It's her colleague that passed away.
Oh.
And
Oh, okay.
she said she really didn't want to go by herself. And last place I thought I was going to meet someone, I'll be honest with
Totally.
you.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I know it's in Alexis's top 5.
Yeah.
I get pretty emotional. I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
She's looking for an old rich guy that's close to the same
she
thing.
can wear her tiny black dress.
With the crop top black
Yeah.
dress? Yeah, it's cute.
I
You
saved
can
one
wear
for
that
those
to my
occasions.
funeral. That's okay. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know this is more of a serious topic, but
Mhm.
so how did you meet Rick?
So it's a tiny event. There's like maybe 25, 30 people.
Okay.
And I'm kind of people watching. And I look up and here's this like super cute, sensitive guy. And something in me said, when are you going to find someone that's showing like this vulnerable side to them?
Oh.
Oh, he was looking vulnerable?
Well, he's had a
everyone
role.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine some stoic dude going and not cry?
I don't know. I haven't cried at a funeral in a while.
You haven't?
No,
Oh.
I got
What?
I got an appearance to uphold. Okay, manliness.
I guess it is more rare than Alexis and I figured. How do you strike up a conversation with him because you don't know him?
Well, it was like a private event. So there was like a viewing room and then there was like a little reception area with some snacks.
Totally.
Right.
What did you do?
okay.
Walk up to him and go, "Come here often"?
Okay.
Oh God.
That's not.
Hopefully
that's a
not.
joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
I know.
What did you do?
A little bit like that. I went in
Oh.
and
I said it was joking. What?
just thought, let me go say hello.
Oh,
So
hey.
we started chit-chatting, just like superficial, like surface stuff.
What was his vibe getting chatted up in the middle of the funeral by
Yeah,
a
was-
cute girl?
Was he like sniffling, crying, like, "Yeah, my name's Rick. Hi."
I think it gave him like a moment of distraction because
Oh,
he
that's
was so
good.
upset.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it was a beautiful day and there was like a little park outside. So I don't know who brought it up, but we decided why not get some fresh air and just kind of do a lap around the park. And so,
Okay.
yeah.
So he was thinking what you were thinking. Like, don't you think, you guys?
Well,
I mean, like,
it's
if a pretty girl you don't know comes up to you at a funeral, like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why would you leave with her? if
you wouldn't
don't
leave
think-
with her.
Yeah.
Like, if your whole family's there and all your friends, like,
Well, sometimes if you're wound up in that emotional situation, it just helps to get out of there for a second, to have a chance to breathe and decompress, rather than being
true.
stuck in a room and feeling all
I
those
guess,
emotions.
but not with someone you just met.
Yeah.
If you want to be picky about who you take your walks with to decompress, then I guess that's you.
We
You're the
can't
one that
pick
doesn't
it
get
apart.
It's like
emotional.
picky
and-
who sees
yeah.
an ugly cry.
Yeah. Okay. How was the walk?
It was great. We were like chatting, you know, we were kind of like just getting to know each other. And so I brought up the person that passed
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of asked him like how he knew her.
Yeah, that's a pretty normal question at a funeral.
Yeah. And that's when he got really emotional.
Uh-oh.
And so
Okay.
I went in, you know, just to give him a hug, you know, for
Yeah.
comfort.
Yeah.
And we did kiss.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
I told you had a
Yeah.
plan.
Wet kiss from all the tears.
Dang.
Oh my God. How,
So wait, is this
okay.
the date? Like, did you guys, you made out at the funeral?
This is so weird. Like,
Yeah, we just had one innocent kiss. It was
Okay.
okay, it wasn't like a full blown.
yeah, it didn't
Okay.
get heavy or anything like that. And
Okay.
once we got back into, you know, the room,
Yeah.
I jokingly said to him, "Hey, maybe next time, you know, we'll meet outside of a funeral."
Okay, yeah, because you're
And he
trying
was
to
like,
set
no,
yourself
this
up.
is this is where I
Yeah.
like it.
this is what I like.
This is working for me.
This is my kink.
What did he say?
So we exchanged numbers.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
he's into it.
All right.
Good.
And?
Everything seemed fine, and now I can't get a hold of him.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
It's been about a week.
A week. Okay.
This is the one time we can't say she got ghosted.
Oh,
You know, it's
just
yeah.
not-
It's a
Even
good
you
thing.
saying it hits
Not the right
different.
term
Right.
today.
Okay.
Oh.
And there's no chance there were any other like cute girls at the funeral.
He was just
You went, oh my god.
How many
names
walks
left
did he
and
take
right.
that day?
Yeah.
No, there really wasn't a lot of other people there.
maybe
Yeah.
he's just still trying to process it all, you know?
Yeah.
That's a lot of emotion in one day.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I just I'm curious if, did I really cross the line? Am I in my head? I'm dying to know what the other.
No, don't
I'm
use
sorry,
that word
that's a
either.
bad
No,
date.
don't not do
man.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the right way to say this. Put your anxieties to rest. No.
Like,
No.
I don't know. We'll get answers.
okay. Yeah, there we go.
We'll do your hopefully more uplifting second
yay.
date update.
Yes.
Less morbid second date update.
Exactly. We'll do it right after this, okay?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, hold on. I'll be honest, the
Okay.
most shocking part of what we just heard after Julia met a guy at a funeral
Mhm.
is the fact that all of my co-hosts seem to be totally cool with it.
What do you mean?
What?
I was surprised. I thought somebody here would take issue with an impromptu funeral hookup.
No,
But-
if people get horny at my funeral, I say go for
You're
it.
getting dressed up anyway.
Yeah.
Makeup, hair done.
It's definitely unique. Okay.
Jose is the only one who's like kind of reserved about it.
it
Brooke
is a
wishes
little
they went
different.
farther.
You know, the only thing in life that's guaranteed, Jeff, is death
Brooke's
and
like,
taxes.
use
So,
my casket while
you
it's
know?
open.
Yeah, that's not usually a turn on to people,
it's
though, Brooke.
like,
I don't know. I guess I underestimate this group, how down you are for anything. And when I said hookup. That's kind of a strong word.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
it was an innocent kiss that proves love can blossom anywhere,
That's right. And-
even from death.
It
well,
is
usually that's pretty
true.
fertile ground.
Yeah, Julia, if we were...
I'm trying not to laugh, Brooke.
Brooke.
Come on.
It's a serious thing.
You have to laugh, else you
Okay.
just cry. I mean, what's your options,
Julia,
right?
I
No,
apologize
I
for
just feel
Brooke, first of all, okay?
I kind of get it.
All right.
Yeah, see?
Now, if we are able to get you a second date, are you excited to tell your future grandkids that you Frenched their father above a tombstone on your first date?
I thought Brooke was
no.
bad.
That one was at least
Jeffrey.
tasteful. Had French in it.
It was well said.
Oh, man.
Julia?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're excited.
Yeah.
Try not to
Okay.
laugh
Okay.
either.
Man,
I am. He's just super cute and
Yeah.
sensitive, and that's like what I was trying to attract. So there he is. Sorry I met him at a funeral.
Yeah. Well, and we'll be respectful when he's on the phone because he did get emotional when you brought up the person that passed. Like we don't want to
Mhm.
hurt his feelings or, make him upset.
Yeah, like I don't want to be a jerk,
Yeah.
you know, and be insensitive, but
Unless he's a jerk to us first. Then no
yeah,
promises.
then totally.
We're still not going to do that.
Well, if he
No.
starts it.
We're above
No.
that.
Can't help myself.
It's
No.
like
All right.
we
You
go
can.
higher.
Nope.
No?
Going
Okay.
low.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
We call him right now.
I'm worried about this call.
Hello?
Hey, we're looking for Rick.
This is Rick who's calling.
Hey, Rick. My name is Jeff from a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hey, Rick.
Hey,
We're all here.
good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
We were past some security footage from a local cemetery, and
Jeff,
we saw something interesting happen there.
Well, we
I
heard.
don't like the angle we're taking here.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
No.
No, I
Alright.
think you just.
Yeah.
Rewind it. We're a radio show, and we do a silly segment called Second Date Update.
Okay.
Sorry, I know that was a lot.
Yeah, we went all over the place.
Yeah.
This is a segment where we try and help out our listeners who've met someone or been on a date with someone they really liked, try and get another date and figure out why it hasn't happened yet. So the cemetery I was talking about was where you met Julia, one of our listeners.
Julia.
It was about a week ago.
Yeah, no, I remember Julia.
What was that like for you, meeting Julia?
I mean, she's great, really. I didn't know her long, but we really vibed, as odd as that is, at a funeral.
We get the sense that you may have liked her a little bit because rumor has it you two kissed.
Oh, man. Yeah. Listen, guys, it's just kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Definitely unique.
I bet you didn't expect that to happen that day.
Mhm.
Well, for sure not. Listen, I just feel guilty, and that's why I haven't called.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
just because it was at a funeral.
No.
Are you in a relationship?
That's it.
No, I'm not at all.
Oh.
It's a job thing.
Job.
You feel guilty of your job?
I'm just going to be straight with you. I was hired by that person, the person who has passed away, her family, to be a professional mourner at the event.
Wait, what?
Oh, what?
A professional.
Say that slower.
mourner.
Say that slower.
I was hired by that person's family
Okay.
to be a professional mourner
Mourner.
at the event.
What?
Okay, now say it even slower.
Actually, speed it up a little. Let's
I
get it
don't
right
get
in the middle.
You didn't know the person who died at the funeral?
No, I've never met her before.
Oh.
What?
my
Why do
God.
they need you?
So why did you get emotional? She said you got emotional when you guys were on the walk and you brought her up.
Professional mourner.
Good
He's
at his
paid
job.
to cry.
Good at his job.
That's essentially it. I am paid to be a mourner there. So what happens is I go to things like this, to a funeral, and I'm an actor. I become emotional.
Why would people want that at a
Yeah.
funeral, though? It's like, oh, grandma wasn't that well loved. Can somebody cry for
Yeah.
her? Like, I don't get
Oh,
it.
she said it was a super tiny funeral. Maybe this makes sense.
You might want one of these for your funeral. Let's just keep this guy's
I'm
number.
forcing you to cry.
Hey, I'll be a professional laugher at your funeral, Brooke.
Yeah, why? That is a good question, though. Why do people hire you? What's the point?
Well, sometimes it just makes a place look fuller. Sometimes people are less self-conscious about getting emotional if there's already someone there doing it. I'm kind of like an icebreaker.
Okay. I mean, for like a, emotionally closed off family, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so back to why you called, I really don't want to tell her why I was there. I mean, I was paid to be there, and it feels strange to tell her now,
Yeah. You don't have to beat yourself up trying to figure out how to tell her because you kind of already did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, so you actually get paid to cry at strangers' funerals?
Yeah,
Hey.
that's Julia.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Okay.
Pretty
All right,
quickly.
yeah. We'll just let you guys talk.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I mean, you heard it. Essentially, yeah, I am paid to cry there, but it's not just crying. Sometimes I've given a speech before. I've been a pallbearer. I mean, I guess I just sort of lucked out. I didn't realize one of my job perks was meeting folks as we bury the dead. But there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
Julia, I mean, how are you feeling hearing all that?
I guess I just thought you were this really sensitive person that was feeling your emotions, and then just to find out that it's all just a big game. It's I don't know. I'm kind of.
I know it's super weird. I know it was weird when I first got hired, but my feelings for you are real. The second time I cried with you in the park, remember that? That was real.
Oh.
When you guys kissed?
You brought the real emotion out of me, and that's why I kissed you.
But you cried because I brought up the person that passed. So all you did was you were primed to be triggered by that to cry. So how can I trust anything when I know that you're preparing yourself for a reaction?
I mean, do you trust a dentist to not scrub your teeth when he's not at work? You know what I mean? Work is work. You don't.
Okay, that was a weird analogy, but you got somewhere. I see. Okay, yeah. He's able to leave it at home. I mean, he sounds sincere.
Yeah, he
Were you
does.
gonna call her?
I wanted to, yeah. I didn't know how to say it. I was trying to figure it out.
See?
Okay. He's in
And
a
that's
tough
the
position.
truth. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to believe you at
Give
this
him a
point, Rick.
chance.
And I feel like at this point, I mean, I might cry if you guys don't go out together on another date. Because what does that say about me as a radio
it's not
host?
He's
cute
just said
when
he's
you do
never
it.
cried at a funeral. Well, now he's crying about this date.
I'll cry with
Are
you.
you acting?
Do you want me to cry
I'd love
with
to
you?
send you on a date. Please.
Jeff, you crying is making me laugh. Stop.
We're
Yeah.
paid for
Are
the
you
date.
sure you want a sensitive guy?
Dude, you're so
Are you
ignorant.
sure you want a sensitive
Yeah.
guy?
Being in the room with
Alexis.
Jeff right now, I'm just saying.
Seriously, Rick, are you up for seeing Julia? And because it sounded like you were genuinely into her.
Yeah.
Yes, without a doubt.
Oh.
Now the question is, Julia, are you still interested in going out with Rick again after what you heard?
No, I think I have to pass.
No, Julia.
I'm sorry.
I'm a terrible
Okay.
radio host.
Okay.
You are.
Yeah,
Honestly, no one feels bad for you,
If
man.
I can't make this happen, I can't make
Okay.
anything
Yeah.
happen.
All right. This is pathetic.
I got a gig next Tuesday I can't go to if you want to fill in for me.
Oh God.
No, Jeffrey,
I'll
do
be
not.
there.
Someone's gonna be like, "Is that young Jeffrey crying at my aunt's funeral?"
It can be so frustrating when you're starting to date someone that you're really into and you're trying to show them that you're excited to hang out
Yeah.
without coming off too eager and clingy, though.
Yeah, you don't
I
want to do
know.
that.
That's like a
Sure.
fine line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, apparently, it's okay to send them a text saying, hey, had a great time with you. You're so cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you again.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
That sounds great.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, but when I write that same exact message in lipstick on their bathroom mirror,
Okay.
when technically I've never been, quote, let into their house before.
Oh.
How do you
Now
know
suddenly I've gone too far. Suddenly I'm weird, huh?
It is very
It's the
confusing,
same
Jeff.
thing.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Just like, can't wait to watch you sleep again.
Well, I thought it was romantic.
Okay,
But
yeah.
one of our
It's
listeners was trying to walk that fine line at the end of her date to show a guy that she liked him.
boy.
Was she confused too?
Well, she pulled a move that maybe went a little bit too far.
Uh-oh.
You're going to hear it in your brand new second date update next. Making a friendly bet during a first date. It could be a good move.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind
cute.
of flirty a little
for
bit.
sure.
Adds a little excitement to the
Uh-huh.
night.
Yeah.
Like, for example, beer chugging contest. Loser has to do the other person's taxes for the next 5 years. Ready, go!
What? Okay. Jeff, none of that was.
Oh, you suck at chugging beer.
None of that was hot. It
Okay,
got
so
worse.
here's my W-4 and a list of my assets. So if you could file those by tomorrow, they're already overdue.
I have a bunch of deductibles too, by the way.
That not working for you, Brooke?
Isn't it supposed to be your W-2? You give
Yeah,
a W-4?
Well, good.
Okay.
Good thing you know how to do it because I certainly don't. But one of our listeners had a friendly wager going during her first date and apparently didn't go quite the way she planned.
Uh-oh.
boy.
So let's talk to Trisha about it. Trisha, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
You owe more to the IRS than you expected to? Is that what happened?
Not exactly.
Okay.
No,
All right.
you didn't do the tax bet thing, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
No, I didn't.
And look,
Okay.
now he's not calling you back.
Yeah. Wow, Jeff. Who is it?
Points.
Mhm.
Who did you go out with?
So I met this guy named Gino.
Gino?
Gee, okay.
Gino.
Yeah,
Cool.
and we met online.
Mhm.
And
course.
he really seemed like very kind of happy. He's like a very chill guy.
Okay. Those are good qualities in a person.
Yeah, and he's super cute. So I was like, why not?
Yeah.
So like I know by his profile that he's like a sporty guy, and I'm pretty sporty myself.
Okay.
So I thought we would do a game of pickup basketball.
Oh.
Okay.
Dang,
That's
okay.
a great date.
I thought you'd go to a
Yeah.
game, not be in a game. That doesn't sound as fun.
But Jose, that's not like a sporty thing to do. Watching sports is not an athletic thing.
But
so
that's
I'm
how-
not as athletic as I thought I was because I watch so many sports
No,
I mean-
that doesn't.
on my couch.
Downing 2 plates of nachos in under 20 seconds is
I'm good at
technically,
that.
it is kind of athletic.
Competitive food.
But I don't think that's what Trisha had in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys wanted to do something sporty.
What was your bet?
So the loser had to buy the drinks.
Oh, that's cute.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Great
easy.
bet.
And it's good to play basketball before drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that
Definitely
would be
don't want to do that the
awful.
other way around.
Yeah, I mean you could make it a
sound fun.
tummy cramp.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So who won?
Well, he was pretty good, and I'm not bad at all. So it was close,
Ooh.
but I guess we just called it a tie because when I made the last shot, it hit the rim, and when he turned around to make the rebound, it hit him in the nose.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Did it bleed?
Ooh.
No, but it looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
man.
Jeez.
So his pride is hurt. He hasn't like really dominated the game, and then he just got an owie.
Yeah, he got an owie, but he bought drinks anyhow.
Okay.
Oh.
That'll make
After
your
you
nose feel better.
hit him in the face with a ball, you didn't pay for the
Well, I
drinks?
didn't do it purposely. It hit the rim. It wasn't my fault.
Okay.
And she didn't lose, Jeffrey.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
That's what really
I mean,
matters.
yeah.
She's a stickler for the rules.
A bet is a bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. The drinks go good?
Drinks were great. We had like really good conversation too.
Okay. This all sounds so good.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
with him getting hit, doesn't sound that bad.
What is there any bad things that happened?
No, I mean, he was talking about like what he's looking for in a relationship and how he wants an active person,
Oh.
which is awesome 'cause I do too. And he talked a little bit about he loves fantasy football, which I don't understand at all, but whatever.
Okay.
So fun.
Okay. And then he talked about like how he had a big party for his family for their anniversary for his parents.
Oh, that's cute.
And there's like 50 people. So like he's really family oriented, which I thought was great.
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah.
Jeffrey.
That was
No, this is all cute.
How did you end that date?
So I kissed him by my car.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
initiated the kiss?
I did, yeah.
Oh.
Kiss his nose so it felt better, or did you kiss him on the mouth?
Oh no, I kissed him on the mouth.
Okay, good.
Well, it was great. And then I went to get my car, and he started walking towards his car. So then I figured I was going to try and be really cute. And then I ran up to him by his car, and I gave him another kiss.
Aww.
Wow.
Wouldn't you be so
great.
excited if you were a guy?
I'd love that.
I don't know.
Girlfriend.
You're saying no, Jeffrey?
Is there any chance that maybe he thought you were going to attack him and try and knock him down again? Finish him off after the
He's
nose
coming
incident?
to finish the job.
You know?
No,
Okay.
I don't
I'm
think
just
so.
kidding. So, I mean, all that sounds okay.
2 kisses
And
are better than 1.
It sounds really romantic.
Yeah. How's the conversation been after the date, or has there been conversation?
Yeah, like I've texted him like quite a few times, and he does respond, but it's like spotty. So like he'll respond like every 3 texts or something. So that kind of makes me feel like, ooh, maybe I did something wrong.
Okay. Are you texting from the same number every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, from the same 3 burner phones that she has.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She seems she likes to do the sneak attack
Yeah.
thing, so I'm just wondering.
I mean,
All
do you,
right.
do you have any ideas?
I have no clue. Did he not like me kissing him? Is he like afraid because of the ball knives? I'm not sure what's going on. Like
Afraid.
it's been a few weeks now too, so
Huh.
Sometimes a woman can seem a little bit too overeager with things too.
Yeah,
maybe I was a little too forward. I don't know.
Could be
Yeah.
it.
I love an eager woman.
So do I, Brooke.
Sure you do. But all right, well, we'll come back. We'll call Gino for you, and we'll try not to like sneak attack him too much. But we'll politely ask if he's willing to see you another time and try and get your second date update right after this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Out in the parking lot, she lurks,
So dumb.
ducking between cars,
Oh,
reapplying her blueberry lip balm,
not the blueberry.
watching, waiting for her moment
Okay.
to run up and strike.
Oh, it hurts.
Her name is Trisha, and she is the notorious South Side Surprise Smoocher.
Why did that guy get sick?
You got scared.
I thought her date liked it.
Now, to be fair, it was her second kiss of the night with Gino, and she was just trying to be cute and flirty about it.
I'm
but
sure it was cute
we had to
and
play
flirty.
a puke sound for her.
the sneak kiss may have scared him away to the point where he's avoiding her now.
I mean, if she was ducking behind cars, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
that
just
would be hella extra.
maybe he's just waiting for her to surprise him again, and she hasn't done it.
Okay.
I should really hope that it wasn't the second kiss. I mean, that's insane.
Okay. Let's call Gino and try and get some answers from him. Maybe it's just a big misunderstanding.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he's away on business or something and
Yeah.
just hasn't told you.
Getting his nose reconstructed after you shattered it into little pieces.
No, you didn't shatter it.
Yeah.
Didn't even bleed.
Rhinoplasty, I've heard, takes a while to come back from.
So maybe he's just
Don't
trying
wanna
to
be
get
seen.
himself pretty again for
Yeah.
you. Let's see what he has
Who
to say.
knows?
Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Gino?
Yes, this is Gino. May I ask who's calling?
Doesn't
Yeah.
sound nasally.
No?
Yeah.
Pretty good. We're
Please, Gino.
we're
That would have been awful.
we're a radio show, man. We're
Hey,
it's called
Gino.
it's called Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Oh, that's. I mean, I've heard of you guys. That's kind of cool.
Oh, sweet,
Yeah.
man.
I
Thanks,
think it's
Gino.
cool that you've heard of us. We're doing something on our show called the Second Date Update. You know
Oh.
that? No? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of that. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't actually think that happened. That's kind of.
Yeah, no.
Interesting.
We
No.
really do this.
Yeah.
Happens a
Yeah.
lot.
So
Do it a lot.
you're the lucky guy that we're calling today because you
Oh, wow.
recently went out with somebody named Trisha.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
Nah,
kind of a minute ago, right? Like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. It's been about 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So
know.
you're one of those guys who likes to just take it slow.
Oh. I guess. I mean, what, you guys are asking about how the date went, or?
Well, it's just like
Yeah,
you've been.
just give us a nutshell, like your take on that date, big picture.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got hit in the face with a basketball, but I'm not.
Sorry.
the
I don't mean
funniest
to
thing
laugh.
there.
I don't mean to laugh.
Was
We-
that good for you?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't, Jeff.
No.
Okay.
Was it embarrassing? I bet it was embarrassing.
I mean, I gotta say that the reason I'm not reaching out is because of like not the date, but because of like some of her texts after. They gave me some red flags.
Oh.
We didn't hear about any of the texts that you had. She just said you guys were kind of in spotty communication.
Yeah, and you aren't responding to her.
What'd she say? Was it clingy or something?
You could say that. Like after I got home later that night, I got like a 1-sentence text that said, "What's the best case scenario for us?"
Best case
Huh?
scenario.
Oh.
What-
Yeah.
So
like
it's
for
like
your relationship? Is that what she's asking?
Yeah, and I was like, "How do I answer this?" I literally was like, football in the face and more drinks." I don't.
Is that
I
what you
didn't know how
said?
to
That's
answer.
pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, that's a
good.
good joke.
That's a fantastic
I
response.
love it.
I was like, okay, maybe she's drunk or something, and that was that.
Okay.
But that's funny. But there was more than just that.
The thing is, the next day,
Yeah.
she texted me. It was like, if we got married someday,
Oh.
Whoa.
would you consider ditching your fantasy football league to spend time with me? It was something like that.
Whoa. And the immediate answer is no.
I mean, Alexis, a fair question,
yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a first date?
I mean, it gives you a good gauge, I guess.
You're trying to be nice.
Yeah.
That's it. Was she trying to be funny?
I don't know. That was 2 serious questions. Like, that's a big picture question. That's
Yeah.
2 in a row.
How did you respond to that one?
I totally ditched my friends and my interests just for you.
Yeah. Straight.
You know, I just got to a point where I thought, okay, this is just a lot. Off of one date, I don't want to be planning out my future with this person.
Yeah, that is a lot.
It'd be a lot for anybody.
Doesn't
I
sound like
think.
you asked her any deep introspective questions about her life.
Uh-oh.
And now is actually your chance, Gino, because she's on the other line right now, waiting to tell you what she wants out of your future together.
Oh, this is going to be cute.
Oh, great. So she planned this too. Of course she did.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This doesn't make it less
No.
intense.
Her first
does
question
it?
is, what would you do if I surprisingly put you on a radio show?
Yeah.
Would you love me?
Trisha, you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
you know, you didn't
Trisha.
mention any of those texts that you sent to him.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think that they were really like that important.
Oh.
Oh.
So
That's
hearing
another issue there.
hearing what he just said, have you
Yeah.
changed your mind about that?
It's not an issue. It's like I would like to know. I am a planner.
I could understand you wanting to like plan out your week or your month.
Thank you.
Planning out your entire rest of your life. That's a lot to ask a guy
That
after
is.
one date.
Tell you, no, we're not getting any younger. And
Oh.
my deal is I'm not even going to bother wasting a minute if
Oh.
he's not going to tell me honestly what's going on with us. Or I'm not going to waste a minute if he's going to be like, no, I'm totally keeping my fantasy football. And then I lose him like every Friday night. No, I don't think so.
It's actually
Is it really every
Sundays,
Friday?
but no, it's every Sunday.
Whatever it is.
Give up his stuff for you, Gino.
We don't know that. Gino, are you willing to give up your stuff?
Come on, that's
I
so
mean,
much.
like I said, this is one date. Like I have to go on a few more dates. Like you can't just corner someone like that. I don't think
Could've
anybody's
been.
gonna.
What?
That could have been your answer to the first question I asked you.
Hmm?
What's the best case scenario? Okay, maybe, yeah, let's go out a few more times. Okay, maybe that wouldn't have led me to the next question. You thinking that I'm so psycho or something.
Okay, but he
I don't think you're psycho. I did remember another thing you asked, which is, would your parents ever let us stay in their house so we can save for our future? That was like another one.
You're
Aw.
moving in with their parents.
That's kind of a sweet little image of a
But
family.
she hadn't met my parents, and I hadn't met her parents or anything.
Well, yeah, because you're being selfish and you're keeping them all to yourself. You should spread the wealth of this wonderful family that you have.
It sounds
You
like
also said you had 50 people in there, so it was big enough for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
wait. You actually responded that it was okay.
I didn't respond. I just
I already told you guys, and we talked about this. He told me about an anniversary party for his parents where he had 50 people.
Oh,
So clearly it's a big
got
house.
And
it.
your first thought
Okay.
was, I can move in with my future in-laws.
Must be a nice house.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's a planner. She's
Hey,
got to
that's
plan
a
ahead for
goal.
every
Okay.
bad
I don't-
case scenario that might play out.
Trisha, it's just a little too much. You know, I know you want to know everything right now, but there's just no way to know.
I made it this far in life with knowing everything, and I think I'm going to be fine. You know what I mean? I'll be fine without
Okay.
him.
All
But
right.
he could have just been honest and said, hey, a few more dates. And I would have been like, okay. And then I would have chilled out. But then it led me into this big spiral of wanting to know more and more and more.
Gino, we could just smooth this whole thing over if you're just willing to admit right now it was all your fault. Go
Don't see
ahead.
that coming.
yes, this is all my fault.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Now let's move forward. And
Oh,
since
God.
Trisha is such a planner, I would love to help her plan your next date, which we will pay for
You
out
are
of the generosity of our hearts.
Are we asking Gino or are you asking Trisha?
Well, actually, that's a good point. I should ask Trisha for permission Trisha, is it okay if I co-plan your next date with you?
It is fine with me for you to co-plan. Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Sounds like she's still up for it. So,
Yeah.
Gino, would you like to meet up with Trisha one more time on our bill? Your future bride wants to know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, if we can just kind of take it a little slower.
What?
You're saying
Okay.
yes?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had a fun time. If you're really serious about just moving really fast, that's not me. But if you're willing to just like go out and have fun, then I'm down to go out for another day.
Yeah, but what we never heard was about that fantasy league. Willing to give it up?
I said
So
no a couple times.
This is a good start to the communication, a little bit of honesty and
Wow.
transparency.
There we go.
This
I mean, it never happens on our show. I'm proud of us.
I don't know if I like it.
I don't know either.
I know.
It's a little overwhelming.
It does feel kind of ick to be this honest, but it's what she
pretty
wants.
shocking. Is that okay with you, Trisha, to move slower?
Yeah, I promise I'll slow it down. I won't ask any future questions like about our children's names or anything. I will reel it in.
Yeah, because you already have those planned out, and he doesn't really get to say them anyway.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, there we go again.
Welcome to the rest of your life, Gino.
Yeah.
When you go out drinking,
Mhm.
there's 3 basic phases that you can hit.
Okay.
There's the I'm just going to have one to loosen up phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't usually last very long.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's that like?
It's a quick one.
A little later, you reach the everyone's my best friend and we all have to dance phase.
I've seen Brooke in this phase many times.
Take pics together.
Phase. I love you all.
And then there's the final phase where shame and bad decisions thrive
Yeah.
and memories and self-respect go to die.
Yes.
That's where I used to go all the time.
And one of our listeners got deep into phase 3
Oh,
the
no.
other night
Oh, no.
during his first date.
No.
So now he needs our help to figure out what exactly happened. Because when he woke up the next day, he was not in his bed.
Uh-oh.
Not in his date's bed.
Uh-oh.
Really?
In fact, he wasn't in a bed at all.
What?
Oh, what?
Where was
He has
he?
no clue. You're going to hear
Oh,
what
no.
happened in your brand new second date update
Oh, boy.
next. I try to think back about the time in people's lives when they partied the most.
Mm.
And I'd say if you went to college, it was probably there.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a safe bet.
God, you should see what happened to my GPA when I moved into a sorority house.
Oh.
It's not good.
Perfect grades?
No.
Oh, weird. I mean, the thing is, even if you didn't go to college, it probably happened at the college frat party that you crashed.
Mm.
Also true.
That was
yeah.
where you went the hardest. And I know our listener today, David, he didn't go to a college party, but he says he sure raged like he was at one
What?
during his first date.
Oh,
wow.
No.
David, you sound like my type of guy, bro.
Oh.
I mean, like 10 years ago you would be. I don't want anything to do with you now, but we're glad to have you here.
No, I'm just
Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, how are you?
Okay,
We're doing good.
are you saying this with pride or with shame?
Lots of shame, I'll say.
Okay.
Oh,
That's where I needed to know where we were starting at.
I would own it,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm owning it, but I could have made a whole fool of myself. I have no idea.
Oh,
Oh,
You have no
Okay.
idea.
You're not
That's
sure.
Not good.
that's even worse.
okay. Well, what do you remember? Do you remember this girl's name?
Yeah, and so I do, because she was super attractive to me. We matched on a dating app, me and Melissa, and
Melissa.
one of her pictures, she had like a oversized band tee, and like a bunch of piercings all the way down her ear.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, she seemed really cool, right up my alley. Like, she knows how to party. That's what it seemed like.
Okay. So you're going into it thinking like this girl can party.
This girl's fun.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't think she was any kind of prude. Like, I thought that we could, balls to the wall.
Like let loose and
Yeah.
hang and yeah.
Can we say that on
Right, exactly.
Oh, well, it's too late. It's already been
Okay.
said.
there? Interesting. Okay.
All right. This girl looks like she knows how to have a good time. So what do you do for your date?
We were going to meet up at a bar was the plan. I got there.
I'm shocked.
you know-
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Party girl wants to meet up at a place where they serve alcohol?
You knew where this was going. You
Yeah,
knew where this was
okay.
going.
I wasn't thinking it was going to be a museum.
Did you set up the date when you were talking to her like, all right, let's go party? Or were you like, let's go have a
No.
cocktail at happy hour?
Oh yeah.
Well, it wasn't happy hour. It was a little later than that. But I just said, let's meet up for some drinks.
It was
Okay.
aggressive
Okay.
hour.
So,
Okay.
All right.
It started off me getting there a little bit early, and I was nervous because she seemed really cool, and I wanted to seem cool, so I was getting loosened up. I feel like I'm a little funnier, a little more loose when I've had a couple drinks in me.
Yeah.
Of course.
So you're already ahead of her when she shows up. What is it like when she gets there?
It was great. We were laughing, having a great time. It seemed like we were really connecting. She seemed super duper cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe not good.
What happened?
I continued to drink pretty fast and heavily, and we didn't eat. It was around dinner time, and we really didn't eat dinner.
No.
And I don't remember having a single glass of water as well.
No. So you got sloppy.
No.
What are you, a rookie?
Yeah.
I'm with you, dude. Water's for the weak.
Yuck.
No.
That's
That
right.
is not a cute look. What?
It's
If I want water, I have a Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, there it is.
That is not it.
Okay, sorry.
Where was Melissa in her drinking?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, honestly.
Oh,
no.
Dude, it was that bad?
Oh,
What do you
buddy.
mean?
Yeah. I kind of browned out, I'll say. I had like memories here and there, but I remember us having fun. Like we were playing like shuffleboard, like bar shuffleboard. We had a lot of fun, but I wasn't really counting her drinks, which maybe I should have tried to like stick with where she was.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's usually a good idea.
One of the last things that I remember is leaving in an Uber.
With her
Yeah,
or without her?
Yeah.
I am not 100% sure.
Oh.
Dang, bro.
She could have fit in the car? I can't believe that Uber even let you in.
I'm pretty good at pulling off being blackout. Like my friends will always say, like, "What, you really?" And then
Yeah.
it's a shock to them.
It is a skill. It sounds like you have a high tolerance and you drink a lot.
Oh, man.
But this is still not
So you made it
good.
home?
So I
Uh-oh.
woke up in a random gigantic house that I had never seen before.
What?
Yeah, I was by myself. Didn't
Wait.
recognize anything.
Like,
Cool.
wait, like a suburb house? Like what type of
Yeah, is
house?
it like furniture and stuff or empty? Like,
There was furniture and stuff. Like obviously somebody lived there, but it was really, really clean. And whoever lived there is probably pretty well off because it was well maintained and the furniture was really nice.
You
probably have
broke
maids.
into somebody's house?
was it hers?
These are the questions that I want to know. Like I want to know the answers to these. Like that's why I need to get in touch with her.
Do you have
Oh.
any like photos on your photo gallery or anything that could give you any clues?
No, none. So I freaked out. I didn't know where I was.
Oh
So I
my
started
God.
gathering all my stuff, as much of it as I could. I think I left my vape there. But
Oh, no.
when I was running out the door, there was an older woman that was definitely not Melissa yelling at me.
What?
And I don't really know what she said. So I literally just like busted out of the door as fast as I could and ran down the street. And like, I've texted Melissa a couple times to kind of like, I mean, yeah, I'd love to see her again. I'd love to take her out on another date if she'll have me. But really, I just want her to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think we all do.
And she still has not responded.
Man, I
This
want to
is
know
gonna be
these
fun.
answers too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd tell you to
God.
like
Yeah.
chill out and hit your vape, but obviously you can't do that.
No,
Yeah, I can't do that.
don't do that.
I'm crazy anxious because I have no idea if I've made a fool of myself. Like, I don't know what
I
happened.
can guarantee you made a fool out of
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
I don't
for
think
sure,
that there's
bro.
any question about that. It's just how you did it.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a regular Tuesday night for Alexis.
I go this hard on Thursdays, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Thursday's the weekend. I mean, to be fair.
Exactly. I keep it classy.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get to the bottom of it. We're going to call Melissa and try and get you your second date update right after this.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. If you're just joining us for the second date, we're talking to probably the biggest partier we've ever had on the show.
Yeah.
At least since Roofer. Who,
Oh,
Been a while.
Roofer.
if you've
Yeah.
never heard of Roofer, he's the type of guy who likes to pregame a funeral. But
Yeah.
David, who's on the phone today, might actually have him beat.
Not with
Ooh.
nicknames, though. We need
No.
to give
That's
David
true.
a better name.
Yeah.
We'll come up with
Yeah.
one for him. But he did admit that he partied a little bit too hard the night of his date with Melissa.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't remember everything.
Ah.
The weirdest part, though, was waking up the next day in some random nice house in the suburbs where some old lady was trying to like talk to him or yell at him before
Yelling
he
at
ran
him,
out
yeah.
of ran out and got out of there.
He doesn't know whose house it was. He doesn't know how he got there. He doesn't even know if his date was in the Uber, for goodness
Yikes.
sakes.
Yeah.
And the worst part is he's been trying to figure out what's gone on and Melissa won't respond to any of his texts, which is why he's turned to us for help here.
So I realized that talking to you earlier, I did make a mistake. I just realized that Melissa texted me late last night.
Oh,
Oh, what?
My heart absolutely dropped out of my shoes because she just texted me, "You need to pay for what you did."
Oh, no, dude.
Is
Was
that
there
a
like a
threat?
sexy emoji after it maybe, or was it like an angry one?
There was
there was a period at the end.
Oh, this could have been a puke in the Uber situation.
That's the first thing I thought, Alexa.
Alexa speaks from experience
but
on
he
that
Puked
one.
on something.
He would have known with his clothes the next morning, though.
Maybe he would have smelled it.
My clothes did not smell great, so anything's possible.
Oh,
So
Okay.
it may be that.
I'm just gonna
All
say,
right.
get your credit card ready for the end of this call, David. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, are you interested in going out with Melissa really, or do we just want the answers?
I would love to go out with her again. I mean, I think that's why I got so drunk is because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
Did you hear
Okay.
what the last thing Melissa texted?
Yeah, I wouldn't plan on the date.
Yeah.
We'll try and nudge her in that direction,
Okay.
but for now, it's just going to be trying to fill in the blanks for you. We're going to call
Appreciate
her.
it.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, we're looking for Melissa.
This is Melissa. Who is this?
Hi, Melissa.
Hey,
Hey.
sound like you're in a good mood today. That's nice.
There are a lot of you.
Yeah,
hi.
we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, I know that show.
You do?
Hey, look
Really?
at you. Look at us.
Hey,
Thanks for listening.
we made it. Melissa knows us.
See, that's weird. Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? We're
So weird.
Hey,
We're
we're doing
doing
a
the-
really bad phone tap on you right now.
worst one we've done.
I'm just kidding.
No, we're doing a second date update because apparently, rumor has it you went out with a guy the other night named David.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
God.
You have to dish because I just know that there
Yeah.
is a big story behind whatever went down on your date night.
Background for you is that we've heard some bits and pieces of the night, at least the parts that David remembers, but we're hoping to get some
The
more.
parts that he remembers.
Yeah, it's a little hazy for him, but we heard that you did text him. I think last night he said,
Yeah.
saying that he needed to pay for everything
For what he did.
for what he did.
But that was so vague. He actually has no idea what you're even referring to.
Yeah, he was on Team Blackout.
But he remembers having a good time with you.
Yeah, and
that's
how
sweet,
pretty
Jeffrey.
you were.
I don't think that he does remember having a good time with me because,
Aw.
so basically, like, we had drinks and then.
Yeah, so let me tell you what he told us
Good.
is that
Okay.
he did drink a little bit more than he wanted to because, again, he was having such a nice time
And
and,
he was nervous.
and
Yeah.
thinks you're amazing.
And you're pretty.
But the last thing that he remembers is being in an Uber to he doesn't know where and then waking up in some random house. Can you help us figure out where he went?
Yeah, or just any.
Oh
Maybe,
my
or even if
God.
you know. I don't know if you know anything.
Yeah, were you
Yeah.
in the Uber?
I was in the Uber. Yeah, he didn't even
You
know if I
were?
was in the
Oh, you
Uber.
were.
Are you serious?
No,
He
had
wasn't
no
sure.
idea.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, just tell us the story if you can.
Was he a mess?
Fine. Okay, so he seemed like he was drinking too much, and I was like, okay, I think it's really time to go. But he could not even tell me his address.
Oh, God.
He'd be like, yeah, let's go. Let's go already.
Oh, no.
Is that a line that you've used before, Jose? Like, I don't know where I live. You better
Yeah.
take me back to your place.
I live where you live.
It could
That's
be.
so not cute.
Well-
Oh, so now you're just babysitting this guy and you can't even get him
Yeah.
home.
Oh no.
So whose house was it? Was that your house?
I wasn't going to bring him back to my apartment with this like dude on a first date who's obviously like way too drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, smart move.
So my parents kind of live near the bar.
Stop
Oh,
it.
What?
my gosh.
Your
Yeah, it was
parents?
It was like 1 a.m. I called my parents who were, needless to say, not happy.
I'm sure.
And my mom has like these figurines and he walked in and like my mom went to grab some water and he like started playing with the figurines and like he broke two of them.
Oh, my God.
And he was going to be like sick. So he like asked where the bathroom was and I like brought him to the bathroom and then he like slipped on a vase and like broke that too.
Oh,
He was one of those like stumbling
Oh,
messes.
my God.
Yeah, my mom is like, I do not want this person ever in my house again.
Oh no.
So going back to your
Oh.
text that you sent him where you said he needs to pay for everything that
Yeah.
he did, I'm assuming that you're referring to all the things he broke in your mom's house.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's
Like,
not the Uber.
you broke all this stuff. And like, I didn't know he had no idea it was my parents' house. I thought he knew that the whole time.
He's learning a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The more that you're talking because he's actually listening.
Wow.
to this whole thing?
On phone. Wait, now?
Yeah, remember how the second dates work? They're listening on the other line.
Oh, I didn't know it was like always automatically live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David
So-
wants to talk to you.
So let me start my 3-part apology by first saying
Oh,
that's
nice.
Are you so shocked that it was her parents' house?
I'm so shocked that she was with me literally the whole time seeing it because I'm really into you, Melissa. I think that you're very attractive. I thought we had a great time.
Well, you're already trying to. It sounds like you're already trying to save it, huh? You're trying to get to
I like
another.
his effort.
I would like to. I mean,
All right.
this is the first time that I've woken up in a date's parents' house.
That is so specific.
you
You can't
remember?
use that.
Okay. Melissa.
Oh, Melissa.
I'll send you an itemized list of all the things that were broken, and maybe then we can take it from there.
Oh, that sounds like an
Do you
invitation.
think I can come over and apologize to your mom? Like, I appreciate everything she
Definitely
did
not come
as
over.
well.
No,
Like,
no.
Your mom doesn't want to hear from David?
Nope.
I'd go over and give her some flowers, but I don't even remember what part of the city she lives in.
Oh, that's a sweet gesture.
You may
You're
want to
just
check.
walking around with flowers around this area.
You may want to check.
Did I puke in a bathroom in there? No, not this
Knocking
house.
on doors.
No, the next house.
I'd probably check in on how much money you owe first, David, to see if you have any funds left
Yeah,
over
that's
for
a point.
flowers.
Okay, we're dealing with a lot of like debt collecting and finance
baby.
stuff. Let's get
Yeah.
back to like the love aspect of this,
Oh.
which I'm sure it still must exist somewhere.
Really?
Melissa, is there a chance that you could look past the mistakes that he made on your first date?
He was wasted.
It's just basically like if you pay my mom back, then you have integrity and you're a cool person enough for doing that, that then I would consider getting to know you more. But if
This
not,
is going to be an
then
incredible story to tell our kids.
Whoa,
Oh.
wait.
Boy, let's not get ahead
Slow
of
down
ourselves.
there, buddy.
Okay. Before you go down that path, we would like to offer to send you out on a second date that we will pay for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that after my debts.
Yeah, contingent
Yeah.
on you paying the mom back first. So
Yeah, I
it's
mean-
up to Melissa.
I would go out with you if you make it right with my mom.
Okay. So maybe you guys could exchange Venmos, make it real hot.
Deal.
Yeah, I'll text you my Venmo after this
Show
call.
me that Cash App QR
All right.
code.
So it sounds like true love is blossoming before our very eyes.
Jeff, I don't know about that.
So just out of curiosity, how much we thinking here? How much do you think that that's going to be?
I don't know, like, I don't know, $2 or $3 grand probably.
Oh, I told you those figurines, man.
Ooh.
They were probably antiques.
That's an expensive second date that David's going to be paying for here.
Oh,
We're going to have to take it out of our wedding.
He's not giving up.
I like
That's
Charmer,
the
I like
spirit,
it.
buddy. That's the spirit.
there we go.
Nothing is hotter than matching with someone on a dating app who says, I'm only in town for one night. Let's hang out.
Oh, dang. That's right to the point.
Is that, do you read it out loud to yourself and use that voice as well?
Always. Because you know that means it is on.
Yeah.
And that happened to me one time.
Did it?
Until I realized it was just my mom catfishing me, trying to get me to spend time with her.
Oh,
Clean.
gosh.
That is
Oh, we don't like that.
disturbing, Jeff.
Not very cool.
That situation did happen to one of our listeners recently. He met up with a woman who was only in town for one night, and he admits some weird stuff happened.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Hopefully not with his mom.
Not the good kind of weird stuff either. Legit weird. We're going to try and save it for him in a brand new second date update.
Ooh.
Next. You ever been out with someone and thought, what am I doing? They are way out of my league.
I don't think so.
I'm going to say no.
Maybe?
We've got some liars in the room because everybody's felt that.
I think
But
maybe one time.
have you ever had your own mother tell you, sorry,
Oh.
honey, that girl is way out of your league?
Ouch.
You should give up and save
Ouch.
yourself the embarrassment.
No way.
What?
My mom thinks I'm the most handsome man in the world. There's no way.
Again, another good liar there. But that's,
Okay.
that's what happened to one of our listeners, Alex. His own mom doesn't believe that he's got game.
I mean, you relate to this so heavily, don't you, Jeffrey?
I do, but
Yeah.
Alex proved her wrong by hanging out with a solid 7, according to him,
Oh.
and getting a cheap hotel room with her.
what?
Alex, am I
Yeah.
right? Or was some of what I said exaggerated for
I'll
entertainment?
show her.
Well, technically, it wasn't my hotel room. It was hers. But yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
Wait,
Make
she
her
got,
pay for it. That's right.
She got the hotel room?
yeah, she was out of town, so it was a business hotel room.
Oh, okay.
Jeffrey, you painted it. Yes, that was exaggerated for entertainment purposes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping that
All
it was
right.
perfectly accurate. But why don't you start from the beginning? Tell us about this girl you met.
Well, you said solid 7. I agree, but I thought she was really beautiful. And
Okay, does she have a name?
yeah, her name's Tiffany.
Oh,
Okay.
And how'd you meet her?
So we met on a dating app. We were just swiping, and I guess she was looking for something because she came from out of town.
If you're like coming in from out of town and you're getting on Tinder, are you just bored? Are you looking
Probably,
for a
yeah.
one night? Like,
Well, let's not sell our man short that
Oh.
she just matched with him because she was bored, looking to kill time.
okay,
I think
I'm
I think
just
she saw
wondering.
something that she liked on that dating
okay.
profile.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm going for. I post a lot of like shirtless pics and stuff. So if anyone comes out from out of town, then they know what they're getting into.
Wow.
Okay.
I think that she definitely was only looking for one thing.
Yeah.
If she swiped right on a shirtless dude and she's in town for one night, like,
Of course.
Kind of goes together. Yeah.
How did the date go?
It was going great. We were having a good time at first.
where did
And
you guys
then,
meet? Just like at her hotel, like at the bar or
Yeah,
something?
just kind of like at the bar across the street kind of thing.
Okay.
I thought it was going well because she took me to her hotel room.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey.
not much to do there.
what? I think
a
you're
lot to
being.
do, buddy.
I think he's being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic. Just not a lot of stuff to do in a hotel room.
Okay, well, that's why you go to do the last thing.
Okay.
You should be focused
Okay.
on
Stuff to
something.
do in there. You can watch TV and
Yeah.
peruse the mini
You
bar.
wouldn't be doing any of these
Wait,
things.
why did you go to the hotel room then?
Please don't tell me to iron.
No, I mean, I thought things were picking up. I thought things were getting just about to heat up.
Mm.
And I was curious to see what the decor in her hotel room looked like.
Oh.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
cannot tell what is sarcasm and what is
I
not
don't think
with
any
you.
of it is.
No, he's being serious.
What kind of paintings you got in there?
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was going well, and then I think she tried to ditch me, though.
Wait,
What?
She tried to ditch you?
in the room or where are you at?
What are you
this
talking
point?
about?
Like she pushed you out of the elevator and then shut the door?
Oh, we made it to the room. I checked out the decor, and then she left me for 4 hours.
Wait,
In her room?
What?
Yeah, it's kind of odd. I think she wanted me to go with her. She was going to go see a friend, but she made it seem like it was going to be real quick, like just to say hi. So I was like, oh, I'll just stay.
So she left you in her hotel room to go meet up with a friend real quick and then said she was going to be back?
Exactly. She asked me to come with her a couple times, but I was like, no, I'll just chill here. You say hi, and I'll be ready when you're back. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So you
No.
you stayed for 4 hours.
You're committed.
I mean, she texted me a couple times. I was like, hey, what's going on? And she said, no, I'm sorry. I'll be back soon.
Huh.
I mean, she was texting me.
Okay.
Weird.
And she never once asked you to leave.
No, she didn't ask me to leave. She did say, like, if you want to leave, you can.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Polite.
Okay. So you didn't take that as like a hint that maybe you should go?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know why I would leave. I made it to the hotel room. I'm going to stay. I'm going to wait it out. Just wait for her to come back.
I can't
Oh
tell
my
if she's
God.
trying to get rid of you or not. Because
She
the
is.
fact that
Yeah.
she
is.
listen, the fact that she invited him, like, hey, come with me here.
No.
Yeah, she
Like,
wanted
she-
him out of the room.
That
I
she
know,
she
but
was
out
trying
with
to
her.
Out of the room.
she wanted him gone, and then she
No.
was gone for 4 hours just in hopes that he would actually be gone
I
No,
agree
by
with
the
that
time she
part.
She
came
saw
back.
his hunky, shirtless body and was intimidated
my
and was like,
God.
I need some more liquid courage in order to deal with this hunk of a man.
What did she say? Did she say that when she came back into the hotel room?
No, with those words, no. She,
Yeah.
it was about midnight at that point. She got back, and
Yeah.
at first she was apologizing. She's like, oh, my friend, we just catching up. We had to talk. I was like, okay, yeah, no worries. And then she finally was like, well, I have an early meeting. And yeah, I think I finally got the hint at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you got the hint.
Yeah.
So how did you
man.
leave it?
I just said, oh, yeah, no worries. And kind of left. But I feel like we had a good time before that. Her friend just kind of got in the way.
Oh, this is hurting me.
Yeah.
So wait, what do you want? Like, you want to go out with her again?
Yeah, I want to go out with her. I made it to the hotel room. That's the only time I've ever been invited to a hotel room.
Because you asked to see the decor.
It is a kind of a smooth line, though.
and not when it's sincere, Jeffrey.
She could have said no.
Okay.
I bet she realized that now.
Have you texted or called her? Have you talked to Tiffany at all?
I texted her. I said we should hang out sometime you're ever back. She just said, sounds like a plan.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
No.
easy to say when you live out of town.
Oh, you think that's good? I don't think that's good.
least there's
No,
hope.
I don't think it is.
She could have said no.
Can I confess something to y'all?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want
What?
you to.
There's one thing, people always ask, like, is there anything that could have made it weird? I do sometimes Photoshop my pictures.
Okay. We
I don't think that's it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna guess it was
Yeah.
the shirtless one.
I think the
All
weird
right.
part was you being in a hotel room for 4 hours.
Our hope is dwindling. Let's come back and try and get you a second date update right after this. Hold on. Look, we have a listener who has come to us with a problem.
Yes.
He needs our wisdom, our encouragement.
Uh-huh.
And what we don't
Yeah.
need, Brooke,
Yeah.
is your condescending sighs and honeys.
I didn't
and,
say honey once,
This
I
is
don't think.
cringe, slamming his interest in hotel decor.
Listen, he called for honesty. All right.
No, he
And
did not. He did not ask
Okay.
for honesty.
He
He
wants
asked
help.
for
Maybe he
help to
didn't.
get another date.
can
You have a
lie.
responsibility, Brooke, to
Okay.
our listener here.
Yeah.
We need to stand up and be an advocate for the Photoshop shirtless men of this world.
Oh man.
Not a lot of guys would have the willpower, the mental fortitude to wait alone in a woman's hotel room for 4 hours after she excused herself. But Alex did. And we need to show him some respect, gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Brooke, tell him how impressed you are.
He's persistent, Brooke.
Alan, I mean,
Alex, could you at least get his name right?
Wow. Respect over
my bad.
here.
Okay, Alex.
Wanted me there.
Yeah.
I don't think she did, buddy. But like,
buddy.
I think she was missing an opportunity because I think you sound like a nice person.
Okay.
So you think she might want to go for a second date?
Yeah.
Alex, do you feel supported by Brooke's words there?
I feel like she's being nice, but I'm glad she's trying anyways.
All right. There we
Okay.
go.
He knows that you can't do your job or you aren't willing to help him, but he's still going to stick through it, just like he stuck around in that girl's hotel room, all right? Let's call her and try and get you a second date. You ready, Alex?
I'm ready.
All right, I believe. Let's do it.
We got this, team.
Hello.
Hey, we're looking for Tiffany.
This is she.
What's up, Tiffany?
Hey.
You're on the radio right now with Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Yeah. What is this about?
This is about something we do on our show called a second date update, where we try and help our listeners reconnect with people that they met up with online or went on a date with.
Yeah.
And you met up with a guy recently named Alex.
Right.
Alex,
Did something
yes.
bite you? It sounded like you got like,
Oh man, I bet it was a memorable night.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
okay.
It
We
sounded
will.
pretty fun from our end of the conversation. That was our takeaway.
I mean, I think the first half hour maybe when they were actually hanging out.
There was definitely good moments we've heard.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was just trying to have some fun, It was a work trip, so I hopped on the apps, thought maybe we could hang out, have dinner.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished, fun achieved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you think when you first saw Alex?
I could tell pretty quickly that he was a nice guy, but we weren't necessarily a good match.
Okay.
And
Oh.
from even in his pictures, he seemed like a kind of nice, wholesome guy. And when we met up, he was really nice. And I don't know, he seemed really interested in my trip and what hotel I was staying at.
Yeah.
He was mentioning that to us and that he wanted to see what the decor in your hotel looked like.
And we thought it
Yeah.
was just a line, but it sounds like he was truly interested in the
Yeah,
decor.
He has a passion
He's that
for it.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a line. He walked into the room and was caressing the curtains.
Oh, what?
The crown molding was mind blowing.
Oh,
Hey, that's
wow.
actually fancy.
So
Not
wait,
molding.
I mean, what were you thinking when he's doing all this?
I mean, I mostly was so
Too turned on.
no, just when you take a risk and you say is bringing this guy into my hotel room a good idea? No,
Uh-huh.
he really seems to be interested in this, but it wasn't. Anyway, it wasn't much really, and I was ready for the evening to be over, so
Okay.
I said, one of my friends is also in town, so I'm going to meet up with them in the lobby. Do you want to come with? And he just said no.
Okay.
Yeah. It's too early to be meeting the friends of the people that you're dating on night one, I
It's like,
think.
no, I want to get acquainted with this crown molding over here.
What? Wait. So the friend wasn't made up? The friend was real?
Oh no, the friend was entirely made up.
Oh. Okay.
You lied to him?
Yeah.
That sweet,
Jeff.
innocent man?
Why would you ask him to go with you then? Like, what?
I mean, at this point, I was just trying to figure out a way to get him to leave the room because it didn't feel like he was going to. So, I thought maybe I'd get in the elevator and I'd jump off or something. I don't know what the solution was.
Wait, jump off.
It's that bad.
Into the hallway, not like down the elevator shaft.
So wait, he was in there, he said, for hours and you never came back.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do to get this
Jeffrey.
man out of my hotel room.
You're like trapped out of your own hotel room.
And it's not because you felt threatened by him or anything. It's just
He was never mean. He was persistent. And obviously I made a mistake taking him there, but he, was polite when I came back and he didn't make a pass or anything. It was just kind of
overall,
gotta go to work in the morning. And
I mean, he's not good at picking up the hints, but overall, he sounds like a nice guy.
Definitely.
Yeah, I thought that until the next day when I checked out of the hotel.
Why?
What?
Yeah. So apparently he ordered a movie to the room while I was gone.
Yeah.
He did?
And I was like, well, I didn't watch anything. I saw the bill and they said, well, it was rented at this time to your room. And I looked at it and it was, I don't even know how to describe this movie other than it's titled Flutter Island.
Flutter Island?
Hey, I have to say something here now.
Is that like a Planet Earth like butterfly special thing?
No.
Hold on. Tiffany, that was that's Alex. He's been on the other line listening this whole time, wanting to talk to you. But what was the name of the movie?
Flutter Island.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Shutter Island, but
that
more
is so
fun.
uncomfortable.
That is not a documentary.
Why would you do that, Alex?
Well, I mean, first of all, I went down and I paid the guy with cash, and I told him to take it off the bill. So that should have never happened.
No. That is like
Of course, I would have never made you pay for that. That's on the hotel.
No. Gross, dude. You were in her room.
Yeah.
She had to sleep in that bed. That is disgusting.
Don't get the details, Brooke.
He didn't do anything in there. He just watched a movie.
No, he didn't.
We don't know what he did.
I don't want to know what he did.
Nothing happened, and it wouldn't have happened if she hadn't lied to me.
That's true, too.
Dude,
Okay.
no.
He was up there for 4 hours. What else is he going to do?
Leave.
You were taking such a long time, and I thought it maybe helped me get in the mood, and in case something did happen, and it didn't. Nothing happened, which is fine.
Oh.
And that wasn't even supposed to be on your bill.
I'm sorry.
Okay, back to that.
It's not it being on my bill that is the problem here. You get that, right?
Well, what did you want me to do?
They said it. Leave. It's not your space. Why would you think it's okay to rent a movie in the first place?
Well, he thinks something's going to happen, though.
It doesn't matter.
You may know that, but no one said leave.
It's her room. It's not his room. It's her room. Her space. You invaded it.
A little different.
I was invited, but yes, I stayed too long. I see that now.
Oh my God.
He has a point, and I think he's still interested in seeing you one more time, Tiffany.
How does this
If
work?
you're up for seeing him again, we would pay for a date to go out wherever you live.
I'll cover the flight. I just, Tiffany, I think we did have a good time, and that part of it was weird, but I think, communication-wise, we'll get better at that, and we should try again.
How could you be that clueless, Alex?
Yeah.
It's called persistence, Brooke, and
No,
it's admirable.
not. It's called idiocy. That's not even a word. What is the word?
Idiocy.
I don't know. Dumbness. I don't know.
Hey, she wasn't even supposed to know about that. It was, I asked the guy to pay. I paid him with cash. Where did that go? We should make a complaint to the hotel, actually.
It's a rinky-dink hotel's fault.
Some guy made $20 at the front desk and is just laughing.
Yeah, he did.
Tiffany.
Yeah, he did. You are not going to ask this question.
Come on, give Alex one more chance. Don't let that hotel's mistake ruin a shot at love between
Yeah,
you
they're
two.
the weirdos.
Just think, this time you could invite him into your apartment and he could just end up living there.
Plus, I just Googled it. There's a Slutter Island 2. You guys have to watch that together. We'll pay for it. Tiffany?
I think I'd rather sit in a hotel lobby for 3 nights straight.
Wow.
Hey, I don't know that that's clear to Alex. You may just need to say no.
Yeah. We did a very popular second date update a few months back. You probably remember it. I know Brooke does, because it involves two of her favorite things in the world combined.
Whoa.
Food and toilets.
Oh.
Brooke.
God, that sound made me hungry.
Brooke. Toilet.
Disgusting.
Well, it was one of those second dates that shocked us all. Not just because of their date activity that they chose, but because they said they would actually go out again.
Yeah.
And I was even more shocked to find they emailed the show recently with an update on their lives.
See, romance can happen anywhere, Jeff.
Yep.
On the toilet.
We're going to play the original call, and then afterwards, we're going to have them back on for your brand new second date update right after Brooke finishes her burrito. That's next.
Gross.
One of our listeners, Jack, emailed us saying he just went on the most unique first date he's ever had.
Ooh, I love hearing these.
And even though he says he probably wouldn't ever do it again,
Oh.
he says he did have a good time. Which is funny.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's what most guests say when they come on our show. Had fun.
Yeah.
Probably never going to do that again.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for a reason.
Jack, welcome to what might be the most regrettable experience of your life.
Hey.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
I like your attitude, man.
Yeah, we're going to try and change that by the time you leave us. But what was the name of the lady you went out with?
Her name was Nicole, and we met on Bumble.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you met online?
I like Bumble,
Well,
man.
Yeah.
Before we get to whatever your date was, lately we've been asking people to tell us about what was on the person's profile if they met them
doing this again?
online.
That
Oh,
did,
no, it
you
did
know,
not work out last time.
the last time it backfired.
No,
Okay,
Do we want to
so
do
we
that?
can only improve on what happened from
Okay.
before.
All right. I like that
I like to get to
attitude.
know the people before
Okay.
we call them.
We
so
can improve.
what was on Nicole's profile?
So her bio, this is what her bio says. It says witty, sarcastic, and won't put up with your blank.
BS, I
Oh.
would assume.
I like her already. No wonder you swiped on her.
Very important, though. Describe the picture to us, bro.
Important to you.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know a lot
Wait.
about women.
I like
okay?
ideas to copy.
Do you?
Yes,
You've been
Okay.
single for a while.
I know. It's because I know what to not look for.
So the first picture is just her, like, I guess she's on a hike or something, it looks like.
Of course it is. She's toxic, bro.
Jose's
What?
turned off.
She's toxic.
Okay, that's
Thousands, like millions of people go on hikes, Jose.
Exactly. There's millions of toxic people out
No,
there.
All
that
right,
just
ma-
means that she's a little low maintenance. She likes to be outside.
Okay.
Or she went on a hike once in 5 years and posted a photo.
Maybe
Exactly.
talking about her
Alexis
picture
gets
isn't
it.
the best idea. Let's get back to the
Yeah.
bio. What else does she say about herself?
Oh, this was the funniest part. It says that she loves to celebrate minor holidays.
Oh, it's a funny thing to put on
What does
there.
that mean?
Minor
Like
holidays.
how
What's
minor?
that?
Yeah, I had the same reaction. I messaged her about it, and she said minor holidays like Jelly Bean Day, National Compliment a Stranger Day.
Oh,
Oh.
those random ones.
Basically made up holidays.
The ones
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
one every day, I think.
Totally. For everything.
So what'd you guys end up doing for your date that was so unique?
So I kind of like used that last bit as an inspiration for our first date.
Oh, really? That's cute.
Yeah, we decided which day we were going to meet up, and I looked on the calendar to figure out which minor holiday was on that day,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and I found out it was that Thomas Crapper Day.
Thomas Crapper.
Oh.
Day?
Thomas
Crapper.
Crapper. What day?
Who's Thomas Crapper?
Yeah.
Oh, so Thomas Crapper, he's the guy who invented like the modern toilet.
Oh.
That's why we call it that?
Wow.
Who was his partner, Theodore Flusher?
Wait a second though. What kind of date are you gonna do around Thomas
Oh,
Crapper
Not
Day?
really
A
hot,
poo date.
Are you sure you didn't want to choose a different day?
honestly.
I love
A
it.
different holiday?
Well, I looked it up, and there's actually this thing online where you can find like a list of the top toilets in town. There's like this list of 10 of like the most beautiful toilets. You can actually go to each one and visit it.
I don't know if I could be a part of
So you guys went to visit the coolest restrooms in the city.
That's exactly what we did. That's what we did for our first date.
Dude, that is amazing.
This is so
How could,
funny.
how could she not fall in love with him?
Are you
I
sure?
could give a few reasons.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny.
Well, I guess. What did she think? She liked that idea?
I mean, it seemed like she got a kick out of it. I think she thought it was really funny. And honestly, I got to admit,
some of the toilets were beautiful. Like some of the views were incredible.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Did you spring this on her or did you tell her pre? Did she know what she was getting herself into that night?
I told her beforehand.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good because that's not that wouldn't be a good surprise.
And remember, it's her like. She's the one
Totally.
who likes it, so I'm sure she was into it.
Is this a situation where you just go to all these different toilets and take a look? Or
Or you
are we
test
actually
them out?
testing them
What
out?
the-
What are we doing here? Look or leak?
I mean, really, we used a couple of them if the timing was right.
Aww.
I don't like any of this, honestly.
This is so fun.
Were you able to have some drinks or
Yeah, there were a couple of restaurant bars. We were able to get a drink at a couple and snack on some food as well. So there was some normal, date activity going on as well. It wasn't just toilet viewing.
Toilet talk. Okay. Well, that sounds good. What about, so how did it end?
With
how
a
did you-
flush?
How did you two leave it?
double
No.
flush?
It ended okay, I think. I mean, we were both really tired because we saw all 10 all in the downtown area and walking to each one.
Yeah.
Oh, you were pooped.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Too exhausted to get a little kiss in there?
Yeah, no kiss. She just gave me a quick hug and she said, call me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think you went to too many.
Oh, too many.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
what you did there.
Yeah.
God, sometimes I really hate our own show.
Yeah.
But I see on your email here, it says it's been a week since that date happened. So we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We're going to call Nicole for you.
I can't wait to hear her review of this date.
I don't know
am
if I
really
want
curious.
any more details than we've already got, but
I think it's fascinating.
We're
I
gonna-
just hope
Wow.
she's not in a pinch.
Jeez, we're going to do it at our own
No,
risk.
too much.
It's coming up with your second date update next.
You're in the middle of a second date update, and we're going to
Yes.
find out how the couple is doing right after you hear part 2.
In the middle of a second date update with Jack, who went on a toilet tour of the city recently.
So funny.
'Cause
They
they-
should be John.
Yeah.
They found a list online of the top 10 toilets in the downtown area, went to all of them in honor of Thomas Crapper Day, because his date Nicole likes celebrating funny minor holidays.
And that happened to be the holiday that their date fell on.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing. Before we call Nicole, I had a quick conversation with producer Boyd out in the hallway.
Yeah, what?
And something that we actually do on this show, surprisingly, is our due diligence. Before we call people, we double check and put their phone numbers into our database.
Do we do that?
We do it just to make sure, we're not getting scammed or people are just trying to get free dinners off of us using our gift cards.
Yeah.
And when we put Nicole's number in,
And what did we find?
we got a match.
Wait,
She's
she's in our
actually
database?
been on the show with us before as
She
someone
has?
asking us for a second date.
Shut up. We've had her on second date
way.
before?
We have. So, Jack, here's the deal. We're still going to do this for you, but I'm just letting you know now it's going to be different probably if she does pick up because she's going to know who we are.
And she's going to remember that you're on the line, Jack.
Totally.
Yeah, she'll know that you're there already.
Yeah.
That's a little odd.
Wait, did she get a date when she was on? Was it a successful one or a failed one?
From what we found when she called us, she thought she was going out with a guy who was from a really wealthy family. But when we called him, it turned out to be a different guy. She had Googled someone who had the same name.
I think I remember.
So she didn't want to date him again. Am I remembering
Yeah,
right?
and they didn't
she
go
wanted
out
the
again.
rich guy.
She thought, yeah.
Smart
Oh,
girl.
no. So wait, are we going into this thinking she's shallow?
Shallow people are okay.
Well, I mean, look, she didn't want to. She
Says
wants to date a
Alexis.
rich guy, not a poop guy.
Oh my God.
Let's call Nicole and see if she answers and what she has to say. You ready to do this, Jack?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, Nicole.
Oh, yeah. Her voice sounds familiar.
Hi.
Nicole, it's your favorite morning show.
Hey,
Creepy.
Nicole.
Hey.
If you say the wrong name, it's going to be very upsetting.
She's like, is this Ryan Seacrest?
Oh my God, is this Jeff and Brooke?
Hey.
Yay.
God, that was going to be awkward.
What's up, friend?
Well, she still didn't quite get the name right, but we'll give her credit. She
We're
got
all
the names
here.
right.
It's close enough, yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
How's your dating life
We
going?
missed you.
Wow. It's a lot.
Well, it's been okay. Yeah, better than the last time we chatted.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
So an improvement. That's a good sign.
We're not surprised to hear that, actually, because we heard about a date that you went on recently.
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
Wait, what?
Yep. It's happening.
This is happening, Nicole. Somebody actually emailed us to get a hold of you.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm on the other side now?
Yep.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Oh, no.
We should really get like a frequent flyer card for this. Or
Oh,
something.
like a little punch card?
Yeah.
Call it like a frequent failure card.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know who would have emailed, but we're reaching out now on behalf of Jack.
Oh.
Don't say it like that,
Good.
Nicole.
No, he's a nice dude.
Yeah?
He's cool. Yeah.
I'm dying to hear like your review of the date, the
Yes.
toilet date that you guys went on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look,
Exactly.
I love that he was creative and that he really read my profile and saw that I was really into celebrating little holidays and went out of his way to make a date that was tailored to that. So that totally won me over. That was super sweet, super cool.
We thought that was pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, and it was Thomas Crapper Day, which learned a lot.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Very funny, very creative, but also kind of gross.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aw.
It wasn't.
Brooke.
Well, it's like you would think that if it was a list of the 10 best toilets, they're all going to be really clean, you know?
Yeah.
Old.
No, they all like had candles and nice lighting and were
Ooh.
clean.
Okay.
Fancy toilet.
And he said you guys got to have drinks at different bars and maybe.
Oh yeah, he had the whole thing mapped out, so there were like stops for snacks and drinks and.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so what didn't you like?
Well, at one of the bars, they had those really big pretzels,
Okay.
and
Oh, yeah.
Love
Those are good.
those, yeah.
and we were trying to fit everything in.
The
So
whole pretzel in your mouth.
Brooke's like, I can relate.
Yeah.
he wanted to do like all 10 places in one night. So
Okay.
we also had like it was like timing, right?
Okay. But he's
Okay.
ambitious, so that's a good thing.
Right. Again, great stuff.
Okay.
Good.
But he hadn't finished the pretzel before we went to the next bathroom. So he brought the pretzel into the bathroom.
Oh.
Oh, he was eating the pretzel in the bathroom?
Like chewing the pretzels,
Oh, that's
holding
gross.
it. Ugh.
So the air
Really?
exposure.
I mean, you were there. You could open all the doors. He didn't have to touch anything nasty.
Going in there still.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, they
mean-
say when
No,
you
but
flush a
it's like-
toilet, that's where the most.
Yeah, but were you-
germs
Particles
get
are
spread.
going
Yeah.
all over the place.
But nobody was flushing toilets at the same time he was eating, right?
It's a bathroom.
Yeah, but it got worse.
Got worse.
Oh, no.
Okay, there's more.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So the next one was next to an office building.
Okay.
Okay.
So we had to go in an elevator.
Yeah.
And he brought a bowl of soup.
Soup?
What?
What?
I mean, soup.
No.
Like, where do you get the soup from?
So we had stopped at the next place. He was like, "Oh, this place has great soup." So we got soup. And I didn't realize, like, we walked out and I turned around and we're in the elevator and he's got a bowl of soup and he brought the soup into the bathroom.
Oh,
Oh, wait. So
wait, he's
what?
eating soup on the toilet?
No, just in the bathroom.
He even set it down on the urinal so we could take a selfie.
That's too far for me. That is
Food
gross.
and bathrooms
Okay.
don't go together.
Spray, you got,
Well, this is a
yeah.
new wrinkle to
boy.
the story that we hadn't heard yet.
And I also kind of want to see the selfie of you next to a urinal.
Actually, yeah, I'm actually interested in that too.
With a
But
hot bowl of chili.
First-
Hey!
Nicole, you probably already know that Jack's been listening the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
Hi.
Jack, why don't you hop in here with us and tell us
All right,
what
soup
you were
boy.
thinking there?
I'm a little confused. I don't see. This is weird to y'all. I don't understand.
Putting a bowl of soup on the urinal is weird. Yes.
That's where Brooke draws the line.
Yeah.
But no one else was in there. No one was using the facilities. I wanted to take a picture.
I guess I could give you that if it's empty and it's
No,
not being flushed.
No, not
And-
giving him that.
And Nicole, did you ever voice your concerns about the open bowl of soup?
No, I'm not going to say anything to this barbarian who brings us soup into the pooper.
Oh, now he's a barbarian?
Gross.
That's a little much because I know for a fact Brooke eats burritos on her toilet at home.
Ugh.
She loves
But it's
it.
my home toilet.
Yeah,
I
still.
mean, it's not a urinal. I know exactly how clean that
It's
place
pretty
is.
much a burrito factory.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Brooke, you should be on Jack's side here.
Yeah.
You guys are kindred spirits.
Urinals gross me out.
I mean, to be honest, I've always kind of done it. It's just like it's a very convenient place to like. I eat most
don't
of my
like this.
breakfast in the bathroom.
Oh, no. What are you trying to save time?
It's efficient, I guess.
Like all the time.
Getting a lot done.
Super efficient, especially on weekdays when I'm getting ready for work. I'll just bring my oatmeal or whatever I'm eating into the...
Oh, no.
Ooh, my omelet's done.
You know
I'm
what?
going to the bathroom.
It's a fibrous meal, you guys. It's a fibrous meal.
How do we know Thomas Crapper didn't eat French onion soup while he was doing his deal?
French onion, little Gruyere
I'm
cheese.
assuming he's a French guy. I don't know.
I mean,
I am also crap out with the soup.
I just think it's not like he's going to the bathroom and not washing his hands, right? Thomas,
True.
you're washing afterwards.
That's a point.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I observe all the bathroom etiquette, but
Okay.
sometimes I have some food in there with me. Honestly, I thought everyone did that from time to time.
Okay.
Okay.
mean, some
Maybe not
people-
everybody, but a majority maybe. And Nicole, I mean, this doesn't...
Minority,
No,
Jeff.
It's a
enough
stretch.
people. Enough people do it.
More than
It's a
one.
quirk. I
at
mean,
least.
here's the thing. It's a quirk, Nicole.
Nicole, this is like a kind of a small thing that we should be able to get over. And if you can, we would send you out for another date on us.
As long as he promises not to bring any food in the bathroom, we can have a second date.
Jack, can you agree to do that?
All right. If it means getting another date with you, Nicole, I will cut it out.
God, I
Look
never,
at the sacrifice.
never thought that'd be such a big ask.
It's not like he has to do it. He just
What a
chooses to.
gentleman.
All right, yes.
What a gentleman, she says.
Well, so are you going to go out with this gentleman?
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we did it for Nicole.
Yeah, that date didn't go down the crapper.
Yeah.
It's always on top.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
It's been a few months since that call, but
gosh.
we've lined our entire studio with paper toilet seat covers because Jack and Nicole are back on with us again for an update.
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear how many toilet dinners they've had.
What's up, you two? Welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, you're both there. All right. Where are you at in your relationship?
Well, things are good. We actually kept on dating, and Jack moved in with me about a month ago.
Yay!
Wow.
How's that been?
It's good. It's going really well.
Jack, have you stopped your habit?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had to unlearn it, but I have been officially, I've been house trained not to eat in the bathroom anymore.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah, no, he's been great. I mean, there was one time I caught him eating a popsicle in there, which was a little weird, but
Oh, a popsicle.
Wow.
Sounds
Jack,
messy.
Jack, did you just need to cool down or what?
it was like July. It was extremely hot.
I like how he has to be like monitored at all times. Like, where are you bringing that hot pocket, Mister? You better eat that in the kitchen.
Well, to be fair, since we're sharing stories, she has also some pretty weird bathroom habits as well.
Oh, really?
here's the
Okay,
tea.
here comes the fight later in the apartment. Yeah, what?
oh my God.
A lot of times I'll hear her singing when she's on the toilet. I'll hear her through the door singing.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Most people
Oh
do
my
it in the shower.
God. Don't tell them that.
That's not any worse than eating on the toilet, I don't
I
think.
don't know. Hearing like I came in like a wrecking
Okay.
ball.
Okay. Women do not do that.
No.
Hey, the bathroom has good acoustics. What can I say?
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
that's always true.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, we're happy for you guys.
You
Make sure you keep us updated on your relationship, okay?
Thank
Will
you.
do.
That's your second date update. It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. When it comes to professions that can instantly win over any woman, there's firefighters,
Mm-hmm.
doctors,
Of course.
and of course, Brooke's favorite, Major League hot dog huckers.
It's a toss up between that and taxidermy. So,
I'll take four
Yeah.
at once, big boy.
that's right.
And she's not even talking about the food.
Hey.
But
yeah.
one,
Wait, what?
one of our listeners says she was instantly smitten when she showed up to an event and saw one guy crushing it at his job. And at that point, she was willing to do whatever it took to get him alone.
Oh,
You're going to
must have
hear
been a
it.
hot dog.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't?
It was
No?
even sexier. You'll hear it. Brand new second date update next. We have a return caller on the phone who actually did a second date with us a couple years ago.
wow. All right.
Really?
That either means we helped her so much she's been in a long committed relationship this whole time,
Yeah.
or we traumatized her so badly that she's completely avoided dating until now.
Oof. I'm going to go with probably the second.
Yeah.
I hope not.
And it was probably mostly Brooke's fault, but her name is Amanda. Amanda, welcome back to the show.
I'm not arguing, Amanda.
I think I'm a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I remember from the last time is the guy didn't want to go out with you because you wanted to put hot dogs on your salad or something like that.
You're hot dog salad girl.
Yeah, which is totally normal in Brooke's hometown.
I haven't called you Amanda in a long time. I remember you now.
That's ancient history, though. We are moving on, and we're happy to have you back. Let's talk about this new guy that you met. Who's he?
So he's the lead singer in a band. Sorry.
Oh.
Boy.
A little band, a famous band. Where are we at?
I mean, they're pretty good, I think.
It's Chad Kroger, isn't it? You saw Nickelback? No. Okay.
Nickelback would be calling back.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Love wiener salad.
Yeah.
They're desperate for fans.
Oh, my God. Where did you meet this guy?
So my best friend just got married about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Congrats
Yeah. Yeah.
You're saying it like it's a sad thing. Like, yeah, we lost her forever
Yeah,
now.
we lost one.
Yeah. Okay, you met him at the wedding?
Yeah, I met him at the wedding. Well, he was working the wedding, and I was part of the bridal party.
So he was the singer in the wedding band.
He was the wedding singer.
Okay, so hopefully he's good then.
Man, I've seen some amazing wedding bands and some not
Oh my
so
God.
good
I
ones.
never thought about that. I bet they get so much action.
Am I the only one? I keep feeling like Adam Sandler movie. Do you guys remember the wedding?
With Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
movie?
It's
The
a
Wedding
90s
Singer.
movie.
Oh, it's
Alexis
totally
hasn't
called
seen
The
it.
Wedding Singer.
Yeah, it's literally called The Wedding Singer.
Tell us about
Yeah.
how you and Chris like connected at the wedding. How did that even happen?
Well, I don't know if we connected or I just had a little bit too much to drink.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be honest. It was a stressful day, and like my friend, she was a little bit of a bridezilla.
Okay.
So I was just like, I'm gonna try to get as much fun out of this wedding as I could.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think you're the first bridesmaid to say that,
No.
though.
No, I think that's like the mantra.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, all my money is going to the liquor, and I don't care.
There you
Okay.
go. We can get on board with that.
So you had some liquid courage going on, it sounds like.
I did. And like throughout the time, they were playing songs and I was dancing. And I think I was dancing like a little bit too much, but I was trying not to fangirl without looking like extra desperate.
Okay. So you're like giving them eyes or something while you're out there.
I was winking.
There is like a middle
winking.
ground here where you want to show him like you're impressed by his musical skills, but not overly impressed where you look like you're
sorry.
thirsty.
I just see a drunk girl winking really hard on the dance floor. And you're like, hey. He thinks you lost a contact, probably.
Very few times panties get thrown on stage at a wedding.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God. It felt like Drew Barrymore-ish, just like doing the hi.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
I don't think anybody remembers that movie as well
No,
as you.
oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm showing my age too. That's really sad now.
Well,
Anyway.
take us to the most romantic part of you and Chris.
When they had a break, I went over and I just like introduced myself.
Okay.
So I brought over some chicken skewers. I brought over some food to the band, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys want something to eat?"
Oh, that's the way to win over a man. Give him some food. Yeah. Free food.
They were like really happy that I did that. And so like the whole reception, everything was really great, and I danced a little bit too much. I'm gonna admit to that.
How is that a thing? Can you dance too much at a wedding?
Yeah.
Because
The more people dance, the better.
No,
Yeah.
there is a 45-minute dance limit on all weddings. If you go over the limit, you have to pay.
When they put Shakira on and you think you can belly dance, you dance too much.
Okay.
When did it move to romantic with this singer?
Well, I wanted to stay over and help clean up. And honestly, I just wanted more time to talk to him.
So you helped tear down the wedding?
I was helping because it had to be done by a particular amount of time.
Yeah.
And that would give me more time to talk to him.
Oh, that's good. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you want to go for a drink after this? And he's like, no, I got to go home, but I wouldn't mind having a drink here.
So he wanted to have the drink there with you.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't like a full rejection. Like he was like,
No.
sure, let's hang out here.
So there's like a bar attached somewhere or something.
Yeah, it was inside. So we just went back in and we were just chatting for like 30 minutes. We exchanged numbers. I had a great time, but calling him, and I haven't heard back from him.
Do you think you read it wrong? Like maybe he's not even single.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like
Maybe
it
it's
just
just the girl who brought him food, so he was being nice back.
Yeah, I can see that.
How long has it been since you guys were at that wedding together?
Honestly, like a couple of weeks.
Ooh, couple
Okay.
weeks.
Oh, that's
a long time. Have you reached out to him?
Yeah, I texted him and I called him a couple of times, but nothing. So I was like, I don't know.
weird.
Okay. So we're going to call Chris for you in just a minute here. We'll try and get you a second date update, and you can tell him, I want to grow old with you.
Oh my
Chris.
gosh.
Do that.
No.
She gets the reference. It's from Wedding Singer.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
that makes it
song.
better.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Now it's all right.
All
I
right.
thought you were
got
just
it.
creepy.
Yeah,
I got it,
same.
Jeff.
Amanda, it's just going to be you and me on our own during this
Let's
one.
see,
when we
maybe-
do-
Yeah, we can just do the movie punch.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We'll quote the
Maybe
movie.
skip those.
Try and get your second date update right after this. Hold on.
Make you smile.
Huh.
Whenever you're sad.
Oh.
I love
Is this also Wedding Singer?
Oh, yeah. Are you getting it now?
Oh.
Yeah.
All I wanna do
Is this movie even good?
I don't remember.
Yeah, see, I'm playing this
so
song
funny. Are
from
you
the
kidding
movie
me?
The Wedding Singer because my co-host didn't know what I was talking about when I quoted this song.
I did, Jeff.
Is that Adam Sandler?
That is Adam Sandler singing it.
Huh.
But
Do you not remember the movie?
I don't.
It's so good.
I mean, I've seen it.
the main reason I'm playing it is because one of our listeners, Amanda, met the lead singer of a wedding band the other day and was super turned on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
Play
it's
this
hard to
for-
compete with Adam Sandler rocking a mullet, but Chris, who she met and was singing in the band the other day, was even hotter.
Oh.
That's why she stuck around late after the wedding was done to help clean up, just so she could spend more time with him.
Yeah.
After that
she
night,
did.
though, no second date has emerged. Brooke, thoughts, theories? Would you like to badger the witness?
Yeah.
Now is your time.
I mean, did you even ask him if he was single?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Oh, so you know he
Okay,
was.
so
Well,
we
there
know.
goes my number one theory.
Well, what did he say?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay.
Good follow-up.
It's a good follow-up,
You know-
Jeffrey. Yeah. it's-
Yeah.
I like this.
If he was like, I don't know, maybe.
If he's
Then
like,
we-
yeah, I'm a married man,
Yeah.
so
I don't know.
could be a clue.
Sad we have to ask.
Mystery solved.
Maybe you were more sloppy drunk than you thought you
that's
were.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
want to say it, but we've all been way too hammered at a
When
wedding.
you said that you dance too much, that's usually.
yeah,
Yeah.
your brain was telling you to stop.
Yeah.
But you would
That's
think
not
as,
good.
as the lead singer of a wedding band, he would know that. He's seen that before and
It
would
doesn't
give her
mean he
some
wants
grace.
to go out with it on a date.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I'm
just
coming.
means he didn't
Oh,
bug
she's
him.
an it now?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm trying to come in with a positive attitude here. Brooke has no interest, so let's just call him and we'll see what he has to say. You ready, Amanda?
I'm ready.
You got this.
All right,
Yeah.
there it is.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Chris?
This is him. Who's this?
Hey, Chris. My name is Jeff from a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hey, Chris, you're on the
Yo.
show with us.
Okay, it's a bit random.
Yeah.
What can I do for you guys?
Sorry, don't worry about my co-host. You
Oh,
just focus
okay.
on me. It's
Jeffrey.
just you and me right now.
Yeah.
We're doing something called a second date update, and we're trying to help one of our listeners who you met the other night at a wedding where you were performing.
Okay. So wait, this is like a dating show?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys didn't, I mean,
of.
she's not saying you guys went on a date. She was just interested in possibly dating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe, do you remember
Okay.
Amanda? One of the things she said that she did was brought some chicken skewers out to you and your band.
She was a
Yeah.
bridesmaid.
Mm.
I do remember her.
Oh, you do?
Oh, okay.
That's a good sign.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I bet you
Yeah.
meet so many people with what you do.
Yeah, it's pretty clutch getting food delivered to you. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's the way to Jose's heart.
I mean, it's a wedding band. It happens at every gig, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
They're required to feed the band.
Oh, I didn't know that was in the contract.
Okay. But, I mean, food aside, we were hoping to get a sense of what you thought about Amanda, if you liked her at all.
Yeah, she was just a very, very
Good dancer? Is that what you're going to say?
She was a lot. She was a lot.
Like a lot of
She-
dancing.
Yeah, definitely a lot of dancing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that really, really like threw me off is that she left us a review on Yelp.
Wait, what?
And
Wait.
That's good.
She didn't tell us this part. Was she just trying to help you out or something? I mean, she obviously thought you were a good singer and also attractive.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully that's not on the review. She's like, 5 stars. He's so hot.
I think that would actually be a good review, actually. I don't think anybody would
She
mind.
actually left a 3-star review.
A 3-star?
3 out of 5?
3 stars, and she like wrote, "Oh, the music was really good, but the lead singer never called me."
Oh no, that is way too much information.
It's like a dating review.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was extremely awkward, and for me, like, that really crosses the line.
Yeah.
You know, like this is my business, and
Maybe she meant it as a joke.
Oh, my heart dropped when you said that. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like, it's got to be she thought she was being funny.
Could you see it as a grand romantic gesture, maybe?
3 stars is not grand or romantic.
I would try every social media, like DMing on literally every app before that.
Can we, though, were you planning on calling her back before you saw that Yelp review?
I mean, maybe I was thinking about it, but I've been busy, so it wasn't a matter of just like, oh, damn, I haven't called it. But then when I saw that review on Yelp, now I just feel like her doing that makes me think, like, what else is she capable of in terms of a dating situation? And
I guess that's true. I mean, what lengths would she go to? Would she like call up a radio show and have them call you out of the blue?
This makes it so much more uncomfortable.
Because that's what's happening, and
I feel it
she's
coming.
also on the other line right now wanting to talk to you. I mean,
Oh my
I don't know
God,
what
are
that
you
says
serious?
about her.
Yeah. I guess it's your chance to respond to the review.
But yeah, Amanda is there.
you guys are killing me here.
Amanda?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you're laughing. Okay.
Amanda.
Sorry.
You seriously left him a negative review?
It's not negative. It's not like you totally sucked. It wasn't bad.
But it's all.
Oh, no. I don't go to 3-star restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, like 3 stars is bad.
That's the thing, Amanda. Like, you leaving that affects my business. You know, people are looking to book a wedding band. They look at reviews
And
like,
now some bride out there is going to book you guys and go, well, he's not going to call any of me or my bridesmaids back, so maybe we won't book him.
No, I think it looks trashy. It makes him look trashy. Like he's like hitting on all the guests or something there.
I could see that.
Are you understanding that, Amanda?
No, I totally get it. I'm willing to negotiate.
Oh.
Negotiate?
Negotiate?
What are you
Yeah.
negotiating?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, like, how badly do you want me to change that review?
What?
Oh, you can take it down.
You're going to hold his review ransom now?
Yeah.
Is this like blackmail?
I don't know. Ransom, negotiations. Call it what you
Are
want.
you trying to be funny?
She sounds like she's smiling a lot.
What are you saying? If Chris does go out on a date with you, are you willing to take it down or change it to a 5-star glowing review?
Yes.
2 dates.
Two?
Two dates?
Amanda, that sounds crazy.
Okay, if we do 1 date, I'll do 4 stars. I'll promise that. I keep my promises, actually.
1 star per date?
So if we go out on a date, you will change the review at least to 4 stars, and you're saying we have to do 2 dates in order to get 5?
What? Are you seriously considering this, Chris?
It's his business
He's
and
a businessman.
livelihood.
I mean, I do admire her tenacity and roundabout way of getting my attention, but
See, now he likes her. Now that he
Okay,
knows he
can I
fix it.
totally get points for creativity? Like, give me some here.
hey, I'll give you that. That's for sure. I mean,
Thank you.
See, he likes her now.
Oh, my
and
God.
I
Actually,
guarantee
if this
you-
was Survivor, I think you would probably win. So,
Gone from the wedding singer to Survivor, and they both like that.
If anything, she could go with you to any of your future wedding gigs and dance a lot and hype
I
you
could
up.
totally help manage. Just saying and negotiate.
What is it?
I wouldn't go that far. I was just going to have you dance to get the whole
Yeah.
crowd into it. But
I'm just shocked that Chris is entertaining this idea.
hey, you know, it's a tough world out there right now with these people.
Okay.
What's going on?
Amanda sounds over the moon back there based on how this is going. So
I feel like she's already taken it as a yes.
There's something in her coffee.
we need to officially hear Chris say yes to a second date that we will pay for.
Hey, it's 1 date. Like, I think in 1 day I could probably get you to leave a 5-star. So I guess I would be down.
Oh.
I'm down.
All right.
like she's going to trap him
did
into
it.
marriage.
Seriously.
Just to save his business.
I think that's the plot to a wedding singer, so thanks for spoiling it. Well, congratulations, you two.
Yay.
You guys got a date.
Yeah, very unexpected.
Okay.
Call.
And Amanda, if you could leave us a review, I feel like
No, we don't want
No,
we
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
ask for that.
Yeah, we're called the Ryan Seacrest Show. Go leave a good review.